Good evening, fans on Facebook Live and YouTube Live as we get set for tonight's MegaCast. As you can tell, the gym is getting all packed. And we're going to join the radio broadcast here in just a few moments. George Young along with Tony Christie.
Yes.
All right, good evening, fans. Once again, live at the Panther Den as we get set for action of this Mountain 6 showdown between the Pisgah Black Bears and the Franklin Panthers. I'm George Young alongside Tony Christie as we are live across 7 different platforms. It's a MegaCast tonight on the radio and Facebook Live, YouTube Live. And also on WFSC. And Tony?
Yes.
We are getting set for tip-off.
And it's hot in here already.
It is. You got that right. Because evidently we got some issues with our audio coming down the line. Do we have audio? We're good? All right, we got audio now.
Nice.
As I look behind us. That's our executive producer behind us, by the way, as you can see us here on screen. Tony, this matchup, always a heated matchup. Last year, if you remember, Dela Cruz hit a 3 to beat Pisgah. Saw that video circulating around on Facebook today.
Yes.
And these two teams don't like each other. Looking at the records, though, Franklin comes in at 7-7. Pisgah, uncharacteristically on the girls' side, under 500 at 7-8 this season.
Yes. And I think most of that's from their scheduling. They schedule hard, tough opponents, and they're always good. There's always going to be a highly contested game when you put these two teams in a gym. They're fans in the gyms. And when you do that in a rivalry game like that, you can throw out the records because they're going to be playing at their peak performance, and you want to hopefully as it's a good game and it's a clean game. You know, not too many fouls and everyone's very aggressive, but there should be some points scored in this one, and especially for the Franklin Panthers if they get it inside.
We've seen the Panthers go on the road the past 2 nights on Friday and then this past Tuesday night. I split those 2 games. I thought played pretty well in both of those games.
Yes.
Just as we've seen this young team, a couple of minutes that things didn't go their way offensively, had some turnovers, and ended up losing that game on Tuesday night, but on the road on Friday night ended up winning.
Yes, and that was just the growing pains. You'll get the ups and downs of a young team, and but I tell you what, there were some bright spots in that game, and 2 of them being Kanan Drake and Sydney Williams, the 2 low post players that the Lady Panthers have. Sydney Williams in that Brevard game, she had 20+ rebounds, and Kanan had I think she had like 14 rebounds. So they both had double-doubles, and the rebounding was great in that one. And then the one against East Henderson, Kanan Drake had 10 points and 7 rebounds, and Sydney Williams had 13 points and 12 rebounds. So, and they're the catalyst of this team so far. The identity is coming into shape right now for the Lady Panthers, and it's get the ball inside, a heavy dose.
All right, we're getting set for tonight's action. George Young along with Tony Christie. Going to have the starting lineups here in just a few moments. As you can see on screen, and we'll have PA announcer Ken Neitz with our starting lineup here in just a few moments. And Tony.
Yes.
Coach Scott Hartbarger has changed the lineup just a tad bit, and we'll have the starting lineups with Ken Neitz right now.
In a Mountain 6 conference matchup. Tonight's game is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. At this time, would you please rise, remove your hat, and honor America with the singing of the national anthem.
We're going to have the national anthem.
Whoa, can you see early light? Proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, who's brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Rockets, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Some issues with the wireless mic.
That star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our playing of our national anthem here. We understand there's some issues of the audio going down the line on the radio side. We apologize for that. We're trying to work through all of those issues. We've got a lot of equipment here that we are routing
The
audio
Mountain Six
through.
Athletic Conference in Franklin High School encourage and promote sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated in our grounds for removal from the site of competition. And now for your starting lineups. First for Pisgah, the Bears come into tonight's game with an overall record of 7-8, a conference record of 2-1. Starting at guard, a junior, number 10, Kaylee Parham. Starting at the other guard, a junior, number 11, Mayanna Norris. Starting at the other guard, a senior, number 12, Gertie Creason. Starting at center is senior, number 14, Emma Sorrells. And starting at a forward, a junior, number 21, Carter Gibson. The Bears are coached by Brandon Holloway. And now for your Panthers. They come into tonight's game with a record of 7-7, 2-1 in the conference. Starting at guard, a 5'3" sophomore, number 10, Candace Parker.
Candace Parker, one of the starters.
Starting at the other guard, a 5'2" sophomore, number 21, Nevaeh Tran. Starting at a forward, a 5'7" senior, number 30, Brooke Rogers. Starting at the other forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 32, Kanan Drake. And starting at center, a 5'11" freshman, number 33, Sydney Williams.
There's the starting five for Coach Scott Hartbarger. And a change in the lineup. We've seen a couple of girls go down with injuries.
Yes.
And tonight, Brooke Wade gets the start for Coach Scott Hartbarger and his Lady Panthers. We've got 8 minutes up on the scoreboard clock, and we are just about set to get this one underway here at the Panther Den tonight. It is warm inside the gymnasium, and evidently, Tony, your mic is not going down the line on the radio side. We're going to try to fix that here in just a few moments.
Okay.
Sydney Williams is jumping center, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. And they're going to re-jump here. Williams again in the air as the ball goes in the air, and she does not secure this one. It is off to the Sugar Bears of Pisgah. Gertie Creason is going to jack a three.
Started off quick.
We are underway here with the scoring as Pisgah is up 3-0. Lady Panthers and Candace Parker with it up top.
And Pisgah starts out with a man-to-man.
Swinging it over left side, it goes to Parker. Up to Kanan Drake, over to Nevaeh Tran, right side. She dribbles in, Tran does, and kicks it back out. Rogers with it right side. And underneath it goes Kanan Drake. She shoots, can't hit. And on the rebound, we've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow is going to be with the Lady Panthers. 7:16 to go in the opening quarter of action. 3-0 Lady Bears, the Sugar Bears of Pisgah. Inbound it goes. It's kicked around a couple of times. Pick it up eventually by Kanan Drake. Over to Nevaeh Tran. Tran now give it up to Parker. Over to Drake outside the arc. Drake now on the dribble. Finds Nevaeh Tran. Tran shot partially blocked just right at the elbow. And we've got a whistle, and it's out of bounds. And over to the Sugar Bears.
He gave it to her just like she had a air ball.
6:59 with a moving clock, first quarter, as we are underway in this one tonight at the Panther Den. Ball going to be knocked away underneath. Turnover, Sugar Bears, and the Panthers give it back. It's off to Parham. Parham shoots it underneath. Gertie Creason off the glass, good, and Pisgah is up 5-0 in the first quarter. 6:32 to go here at the Panther Den. Nevaeh Tran's pass going to be intercepted off to the races. Goes the Sugar Bears. Mayanne Norris lifts the shot. It is off the glass, good, and she got fouled, and she'll be at the line to shoot a free throw. The and one situation. That one's the first foul whistled on the Panthers. 7-0 now your new score. Foul going to be on Parham. That's her first. And the shot from the charity stripe is up and good. Mayanne Norris gives the Sugar Bears an 8-0 advantage. We've got a break on the court. We'll take one. You're listening and watching the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
You can buy a red one, a blue one, any shape, size, or price, on lot, online, or even from a vending machine. What and how you buy has changed a lot, but one thing has never changed. You buy it from somebody, and the people make the difference. Upfront pricing, market-based trade-ins, service after the sale, and never ever any games or gimmicks. That's the Smoky Mountain way.
And these are the Smoky Mountain people. Smoky Mountain Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 556 Highlands Road in Franklin.
Back to action. 6:17 to go in the first quarter, and Franklin is trailing 8-0. Up top, dribbling around is Parker. She lifts a runner in the lane. No, Sydney Williams grabs the rebound. She goes up, gets fouled. Shot was no good, but that's going to send Sydney Williams to the line to shoot two. First foul whistled on the Sugar Bears. That one's going to go against Emma Sorrells. That's her first. And the first shot is up and good.
And yesterday at practice, Coach Hartbarger, this is one of the things he was working on. Their pressure out of the free throw line.
Second shot is up and no good, but the offensive rebound, Brooke Rogers, she goes up, can't get it to go. And the Sugar Bears grab the board. 8-1 your score. 7-point advantage, Sugar Bears. In the corner, Parham for three. It's off the mark, no good. And the rebound is off to the Candace Parker and the Lady Panthers, and then they turn it over. Off to the races goes Norris. Norris gets her pocket picked underneath. And the Lady Panthers will attack. Sydney Williams, pass knocked away, and it's out of bounds off of a Sugar Bear. You can tell the crowd is intense here. You can hear the crowd behind us. They're going to say it was off of evidently Sydney Williams. So it's back over to the Sugar Bears with 5:34 to go in the first quarter. And Franklin trails 8-1 in this varsity girls matchup in the Mountain 6 Conference. Upon Norris, and she travels with it. A turnover for the Sugar Bears, and they'll give it back to the Panthers with 5:21 to go here in the first quarter.
See if they can get something going right now to the basket, either Sidney Williams or Kenan Drake.
Nevaeh Tran drives in, throws it away. It's intercepted, and off to the races once again. Norris off the glass, good. Sugar Bears extend that lead. It's 10-1 now with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Kenan Drake with it up top, swings it over to Sidney Williams. Williams backs down, lifts the shot, no, left side, and then she loses control of it, and it's off of who on the rebound? Looks like it's going to be off of Sugar Bears. Back to the Lady Panthers with 4:49 to go here in the first quarter, and looks like Nevaeh Tran will trigger side court. She looks to get it in, does eventually to Kenan Drake. Drake on the dribble, swing it over to Parker up top. Parker now is going to be fouled. A reach in going against the Sugar Bears. That'll be their second and the first on Mayanne Norris. 4:41 to go in the first quarter, and Franklin will trigger side court as Tran gets it in to Sidney Williams right side. Outside the arc, she dribbles and kicks it over to Candace Parker, who attacks, and then she decides to give it up to Brooke Rogers deep in the left corner. Her shot wouldn't fall. Kenan Drake with the board. Off to Nevaeh Tran. Tran, bounce pass over to Drake. Drake falls down as she backs in, loses control on the floor. She picks it back up and then gets her pocket picked. Underneath, Sugar Bears and Mayanne Norris. Round it goes for a three. Gertie Creason, she couldn't get it to go. And the Sugar Bears grab the long board and reset. Creason over to Mayanne Norris, back to Creason, dishing underneath to Carter Gibson, who lifts the shot. No, gets her own rebound, goes up, gets fouled as she was attempting that one. It drifted off the mark, no good, but she'll be at the line to shoot a couple of shots here, as that's the second foul on the Lady Panthers. Looks like it's going to go against Sidney Williams.
And it's just like we've had these last couple of games. The Lady Panthers have just started slow, and they need to pick it up right now, or this might get ugly quick.
First shot up and good at the line by Gertie Creason. I'll check that. That's Carter Gibson at the line. Gibson will get one more as we got some subs coming in. It's like Sierra Wade is going to check in for Sidney Williams. 3:53 to go in the opening quarter. 11-1. 10-point advantage for the Sugar Bears. Second shot is off the mark, no good. We've got a tie-up on the rebound, and it looks like the possession arrow is going to go to the Sugar Bears. It will. They'll reset underneath their own basket. Inbound it goes for the quick shot. Off the glass, good by Carter Gibson. And the lady, or I always call them lady, the Sugar Bears. The Sugar Bears are up 13-1 now. Lady Panthers have a little bit of trouble in the backcourt. Get into the front court, and Nevaeh Tran going to dribble around. Left side, pick up her dribble, look to pass, finds Kenan Drake. Drake into the corner to Wade, and she will travel with it. Another whistle and another turnover. 3:23 to go in the first quarter, and Franklin trails 13-1.
And that's already 7 turnovers in the first quarter.
Not a good sign.
No.
3:15 to go first quarter as the clock ticks. 13-1. Your score. Lady Panthers trail in the paint. Running shot wouldn't fall for Smith, and Franklin grabs the board. Kendall Burns is checked in. She lost control of it as she went underneath. Off to the Sugar Bears. Emma Sorrells. Her shot blocked by Sierra Wade on that right low block, and it's out of bounds off of Wade. And the Sugar Bears reset underneath their own basket with 2:52 to go first quarter, and up 13-1. Bounce pass underneath, off the glass, good. Carter Gibson gets the bucket, and it's ballooned to a 14-point advantage for the Sugar Bears at 15-1. 2:44 to go first quarter. Nevaeh Tran with it. She'll kick it over up high. Kenan Drake puts it on the floor as she gets double teamed. She's going to back it back out and find Nevaeh Tran. Clock continues to tick as we're down to 2:26 to go first quarter. into the corner now. I'll swing it to Kendall Burns. Kendall dribbles up, finds Wade. Wade, free throw line, loses control and is picked up by the Sugar Bears. And Gertie Creason in a reach-in foul whistled on, looks like Sierra Wade.
And the Sugar Bears have taken this crowd right out of the game early. And the Lady Panthers just need to shoot the ball. Shoot the ball every chance they get, because that'll open it up to bring it down low to either Sydney Williams or Kanan Drake.
Some subs coming in for Coach Scott Hartbarger. 2:13 with a moving clock. As the Sugar Bears bring it up court with Norris. Underneath.
Wow.
To cutting Gertie Creason. She gets the bucket to go. Very fundamentally sound. They're running these backdoor cuts and finding girls wide open. Minute 55 to go as Franklin attacks up top. We've got a whistle and a foul coming up. It looks like that one's going to be whistled on the Pisgah Sugar Bears Mayanne Norris, or was that on Gertie Creason? Looks like it's going to go on Creason, her first and the team's third. She's going to take a seat. No shot. 17-1, 16-point lead for the Sugar Bears with a minute 52 to go in the first. In the corner with it, Dylan Garcia for the Panthers. She is going to find Berry. Berry's shot wouldn't fall. Offensive board by Berry. She goes up with another one. It wouldn't fall. And then on the rebound, it is kicked out of bounds and off of a Lady Panther with a minute 38 to go in the first quarter. And the Sugar Bears up 17-1. And knocking it out of bounds, and it's like knocking the possession arrow out.
Yes.
Over there was very feisty Kendall Burns along with Garcia over there. Or check that, that's Parker into the game. Gibson with it. She's going to travel left wing and then find her teammate. It's Morgan Putnam. And Putnam will get the bucket to go. She just checked into the ball game. Minute 10 to go. Running shot wouldn't fall for the Lady Panthers. Got to fight for the rebound after a stick back attempt. Offensive board wouldn't fall, and Sugar Bears will finally secure it. And another turnover. This time it's going against Vicky Smith for the Sugar Bears. 19-1, only 1 point scored this quarter so far for the Lady Panthers. On top with it, Kendall Burns. She drifts left wing, then finds Kanan high. Kanan on the dribble. Will just hand it off to Candace Parker. Parker bounces into the corner. Three ball up, and it wouldn't fall for Kendall Burns. And on the board, what do we have here? Whistle, and it's out of bounds off of a Sugar Bear with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And Franklin trails here in the girls varsity 19-1 for the Pisgah Sugar Bears. Kendall Burns to trigger. She gets it in up high. Left wing Parker. Parker now drifts near the elbow, and then she gets stripped away. Off to the races. Sugar Bears. Shot was blocked. Norris got her own rebound briefly, and it is picked up by Kendall Burns. Her shot was blocked. And down court, the Sugar Bears will race. Mayanne Norris. No good. Rebound Sugar Bears. Fight for it. Garcia grabbed it away from Vicky Smith, and then we've got a reach-in foul coming up on Vicky Smith. That'll be the Sugar Bears' fourth this quarter.
And right there, Garcia has the right mentality. This is a rivalry game. You better come with it. And right now, the Lady Panthers aren't doing that right now. That's why the lead is 18 points.
Full court press for the Sugar Bears. Panthers broke it into the front court, and then losing control of it is Parker. And again, the Sugar Bears off to the races. Shot blocked at the buzzer. That's going to do it. Maybe a shot in the arm for the Panthers. Only 1 point scored in that first quarter. We'll come back. Second quarter here in just a few moments. Hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. welcome back to the Panther Den as the second quarter is just about set to begin. 19-1. Franklin is trailing here in this one, Tony. It was pretty ugly.
Yes, and that right there, when you're playing in games like this, you have to bring a lot of energy and match the other team's intensity right from the gate. If not, you're going to be in a hole like they are right now.
Second quarter begins with the Sugar Bears having possession, and they turn it over. Out beyond the arc for a three. Parker off the mark, no good. And we've got a foul underneath. And it's going to go against the Sugar Bears. Emma Sorrells, that'll be her second, fifth against the Sugar Bears this half. 7:45 to go in the second. And at the line will be Kanan Drake. Her first shot is up, and it's good. She'll get one more. 19-2 now. Sugar Bear advantage. One more at the charity stripe. It's up and it's good. 19-3 with 7:43 to go in the second quarter. Sugar Bears and Parham up high. He'll give it up to Creason. Creason into the corner now to Smith. Vicky going to throw it around a couple of times. Parham now over goes to Gertie Creason. She's directing traffic with 7:22 to go and a moving clock in the second quarter. 19-3. Franklin trails here. Into the corner now, right wing, just inside the arc. Smith shot no. Offensive board. And eventually up with a shot, no good. Emma Sorrells, but she was fouled. And that's going to send Emma to the line to shoot a couple of shots here. That one's going to be whistled on Brooke Rogers, her first, and the team's sixth.
When you have a 16, 17-point lead in the beginning of the second quarter, what's going to happen is the Sugar Bears are going to be very deliberate with their offense and try to get an easy basket.
First shot up and good. Second shot no good. And on the rebound, it's off of a Sugar Bear and out of bounds. 7:07 to go in the second. As the clock ticks, Panthers trail 20-3. Nevaeh Tran with it up high. Tran now finds Kanan Drake. Drake now drifts right wing, then backs it back out as the pass goes to Nevaeh Tran. She loses control of it. It's going to be picked up by the Pisgah Sugar Bears. Another turnover in the corner now. Frady going to swing it around left side to Creason. Creason going to dribble out of there with 6:33 to go. First to check that second quarter. Up high, swing it Creason. Creason gives it up to Parham. She dribbles up and finds Smith. Smith to Sorrells. Free throw line, shot no. Rebound, long one picked up by Pisgah. They'll reset with Parham up top. Parham now in the paint, kicks it out. She drove into Creason, three. Off the mark, no good. Sydney Williams with the rebound. Off to Nevaeh Tran. Tran will find Kanan Drake. Lifts a three. Drake's shot wouldn't fall. Long board out of bounds. And back over to Pisgah with 5:58 to go in the second. 20-3. Pisgah on top.
And right now they actually are searching, and all they have to do is just get something going to the basket so they can get fouled and get to the free throw line. Because right now they have no field goals. They just have free throws right now. 3 free throws.
5:49 to go, second quarter, and now we've got a kid running across the court. I'm not sure I've ever seen that in my entire life. A kid during the game, they've stopped action, ran across the court. Wow, I've seen animals. Now it's back to action. Creason with it into the corner, right wing three. Norris, it wouldn't fall, and the rebound picked up by the Lady Panthers. Got to get some scoring going here, trailing 20-3, and we've got a whistle and a foul up top going against the Sugar Bears. It's going to be just the 6th. So they've got one more to give. I thought they already had 6 fouls, but that one's going to be on Kaylee Parham, her first. And it goes to Nevaeh Tran. Tran side to side with a dribble. She'll find Kanan Drake. Drake now underneath, lifts the shot, no, and the rebound is off to the Sugar Bears. It goes to Creason. Creason finds Parham. Parham shot baseline, no. Carter Gibson underneath. She secures that board, goes up, gets fouled. She'll be at the line to shoot a couple here. As another foul whistled on Franklin. That'll be the 5th whistled this half on the Panthers, and that looks like going to be on Brooke Rogers, just her first. Shots at the line for Gibson, and the first one's off the mark, no good. She'll get one more. Sierra Wade's checking in. Taking a seat is Brooke Rogers, who just picked up that foul. 20-3, Franklin trailing the Pisgah Sugar Bears with 5:06 to go in the second. Shot up from the stripe, no good. Rebound off to the Panthers. Nevaeh Tran races into the corner, dishes Sierra Wade to the hole. Wade off the glass, good. Points for Sierra, makes it 20-5, 15-point advantage. Sugar Bears in the paint. Parham got the bucket and one. 17 foul on Franklin. Parham will be at the line here as that foul whistled on Sydney Williams, her second. 22-5, Pisgah, and one converted for Kaylee Parham. 23-5, your new score. We've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well with 4:49 to go in the second. Franklin trails 23-5 in the girls varsity action. Back after this across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Welcome back to the Panther Den as we've got 4 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the second quarter. George Young along with Tony Christie. Panthers trying to claw their way back into this one. Shot no good. Defensive board. Pisgah tries to get something going as Gertie Creason underneath is going to throw it away. And the Lady Panthers now will try to claw back into this one. You know, when you're trailing Tony 23-5, it seems like a monumental feat, but you're really only down just a couple of points if you look at the grand scheme of things. You still got almost 4 minutes to go in this second quarter.
And that's the hardest thing to try to teach young players to do, is to break it up into smaller parts. And right now, all they have to do is take it at 0-0 and try to win the next 4 minutes. And that's what this is right now. Try to win the next 4 minutes, and then try to win the next 4 minutes. Next thing you know, you're going to be in the game. And that's hard to teach young players.
Right at 4 minutes remaining as Pisgah attacks. Creason for three, right side, it wouldn't fall. Rebound off to the Panthers. Bringing it up, Kendall Burns gives it up. Tran going to attempt a three. In and out, no good. Rebound off to the Sugar Bears. And we've got a whistle and a frustration foul on Nevaeh Tran as she tried to knock it away from Mayanne Norris from behind. Reach-in foul on Tran, her second. And the team's sixth, or is it the seventh? I think they have lost count on the scoreboard. They're saying it's a 1-and-1 for Pisgah. I thought that was the seventh. Yeah, now they're put two more fouls up on the scoreboard. That's the 7th team foul on Franklin. So 1-and-1 situation for Carter Gibson at the charity stripe. 3:47 to go in the second. 23-5, Pisgah with the advantage.
As a coach, I'm big on body language, and the body language of the Lady Panthers is not good right now. They're, especially on the bench. If you look, there's some players that they're the starters on the bench. They're not. It's not the correct body language that you have to try to stay in the game.
First shot was good. Second shot no good. Rebound to the Lady Panthers. 24-5. Second quarter, 3:42 to go. Trouble up top for the Lady Panthers. Ball on the floor picked up by the Sugar Bears, and they throw it away. Kendall Burns with it now. Burns bounce pass over to Nevaeh Tran. Tran is going to get fouled from behind. Norris will pick it up. That'll be the 17th foul on the Sugar Bears. So that's going to send Nevaeh Tran to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 with 3:30 to go in the second, trailing 24-5. First one's in the air and good. She'll get one more. 24-6 now.
It'd be good if Coach Hartbarger could put some pressure on right here. Just something. Just try to get it going. Just some kind of press to kind of slow them down, or they might even get a steal.
Second shot no good. Rebound Sugar Bears. Off to the races. Nice dish underneath. The shot off the glass by Kaylee Parham. 26-6 now. It's ballooned to a 20-point advantage for the Sugar Bears. Nevaeh Tran with it up high for the Lady Panthers. 3:10 to go, second quarter. Over to Kanan Drake. Drake holds it high, kicks it into the corner. Dribbling up top, Burns. Out it goes, Nevaeh Tran. She dribbles in very briefly, then back out. Now underneath it's going to go to Wade. Looks like she travels with it. Check that. That was not Wade. That was Chesney Berry. My mistake. 26-6. Second quarter. 2:50 to go as the clock rolls. Both teams have 7 fouls, so both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. Vicky Smith with it, swings it into the corner. Gibson, now a nice pass over to Parham. She couldn't convert that layup. Panthers grab the board, off to the races. Tiptoeing that baseline, lifting a high one off the glass, good. And with Sierra Wade with the bucket. 26-8 underneath, harassed Gibson. Did she travel with it or was she fouled? She was fouled. It's going to go against Sierra Wade. It's going to be her second. And the team's 8, so we've got a 1-and-1 situation, I believe, for Carter Gibson. Yes, 1-and-1 at the charity stripe. 2:30 to go in the second. First one is in the air, no good. Rebound Pisgah, offensive board. Gibson, and underneath off the glass, and good. Carter Gibson will get the bucket as she kicked it out briefly and then back underneath it went. 28-8. Sugar Bears, 2 minutes remaining. Nevaeh Tran lifts a high one off the glass. It wouldn't fall, and the board off to the Sugar Bears. Minute 55 to go in the second. Swinging it around, Chloe Paris underneath, now right side. It goes to Vicky Smith. Smith leans into one and she gets fouled. Shot was no good. She'll be at the line to shoot 2 shots here. That one's going to be whistled on Chesney Berry, it appears. That'll be the 19th foul on the Lady Panthers. Free throws. First one's in the air and good for the Sugar Bears. Gibson. Got Brooke Rogers checking back into the game as Chesney Berry takes a seat. Minute 45 to go in the second. 28-8 Sugar Bears. One's up, and that one would not fall. And the rebound off to Kanan Drake. Nevaeh Tran with it. Tran gets her pocket pick. Another turnover. Sugar Bears now race up court. Parham is fouled on Nevaeh Tran. That should be the 10th team foul. Double bonus now. It's going to send Kaylee Parham to the line to shoot a couple of shots here with a minute 34 to go in the second. First one up and good. One more from the stripe is checking back into the game for Coach Scott Hartbarger is Candace Parker.
And it seems like this is going to be one of those nights when the young players are going to learn a valuable lesson about being ready to play from the beginning.
Second shot good. 31-8, minute 30 to go. Underneath. Pass going to be stolen away. Another turnover. Down court. Gertie Greason. Greason in the paint. It wouldn't fall. The rebound kicked around, and it is off of a Sugar Bear, and the Panthers will get it back. 31-8 your score with 1:14 to go in the second quarter. Bringing it up, Kendall Burns. Burns finds Kanan Drake. She had trouble with it. Secured it. Lifted a pass up to Kendall Burns. It was knocked away briefly. Panthers reset side court in front of the scorers table. Kanan Drake to get it in. You'll find Candace Parker, and then Parker loses control of it. Got bodies on the floor, ball on the floor. And eventually, what do we have here? A reach-in foul. That was going to go against the Lady Panthers. So that'll be the 11th team foul, so double bonus time.
11th team foul and 16th turnover in this half.
52 seconds left. The first shot from the free throw line is off the mark, no good. She'll get one more. Ugly first half
very
for the Lady Panthers. Shot in and out, no good, and it appears that Kanan may have gotten hit in the face. She's holding her nose. Looks like she'll be okay, though. She's going to stay in the ball game. Ball is evidently off of a Lady Panther. Pisgame now with it underneath. Harris gets it swatted away as she was going to the hole. It's out of bounds again, off of a Lady Panther. And checking back into the game will be Chesney Berry. 48 seconds left in this second quarter. 31-8. Franklin trails in this one. And it goes to Gertie Greason, and Greason couldn't get the bucket to go. Rebound Franklin, 40 seconds. Up top, Kendall Burns side to side with a dribble. Swings it over into the corner. Parker with it. Now underneath it goes to Brooke Rogers. She lifts a shot that hits the top of the backboard and over the backboard, the officials say. Back over to the Sugar Bears with 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Franklin trails 31-8. Chloe Paris with it. We'll swing it over Parham. Parham to Greason up top. Greason. In the paint it goes now to Frady. Frady is fouled. And again, more shots at the line for the Sugar Bears. It's like Ashton Frady will be there. Foul is whistled on Kendall Burns, her first. And the first shot is in and out, no good for the Sugar Bears. And Ashton Frady. 9 seconds left, fans, in this second quarter. And it's been an ugly one. 31-8. Franklin trails. Now 32-8 as the second shot goes in for Frady. 7 seconds left as the Panthers attack. Up court with it. Bounce pass. Burns. It's going to be stolen away by the Sugar Bears. 1 second left. Did they get it off? No, they didn't. Shot was no good anyway. And after one half of action,
he called a foul.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
He called a foul. Both teams are headed into the locker room. They don't realize it, I don't believe. Franklin's already into the locker room. He called a foul here.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to wave it off now. They're going to wave off the foul. Wow, seen a lot in this game. Most of it not very good if you're a Franklin Panther fan.
No.
All right, we've got a halftime show to get to. It's the RSR CarQuest Auto Parts halftime report. Tony will have some halftime stats, some analysis, and we'll get you set for the tip-off of the third quarter here in just a few moments. Hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. All right, welcome back on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. The cheerleaders performing here at the half. Hasn't been a good one.
No, it has not.
For the Panthers, as at the break, Franklin trails 32-8. And Tony, if you're Coach Scott Harbarger, you've just kind of regroup.
Right.
It's not over just yet. So you can climb back into this, girls, but they got to hit some shots and cut down the turnovers.
Yes, and that's basically it right there. And they have to use a lot of energy. They have to bring a lot of energy in a rivalry game. And I played several of them, you know, at Clemson and everything. You have to have a lot of momentum going into it. And right now there's no momentum. There's nothing. And you have this nice crowd. You kind of have to use them.
We're on Facebook Live and YouTube Live tonight, also on the radio. The Ricky and Randy Stoudemire CarQuest Auto Parts halftime report. And welcome back on the radio side. 32-8 at the break. And Tony, you've got some halftime stats for us.
Yes.
All right. Start with the scoring for Franklin. Sierra Wade, 4 points. Kanan Drake, 2 points. Nevaeh Tran, 1 point, and Sydney Williams, 1 point. The big thing I see with the stats on the Panther side, Lady Panther side, is the Lady Panthers have 18 turnovers right now, and that's the normal. They're usually very high as we go, but also the Sugar Bears have gotten 10 offensive rebounds so far, and it's been very bad on all counts right there for the Lady Panthers.
It sure has, Tony. And they're going to have to regroup in the locker room, as you can see on our Facebook Live and YouTube live stream, at least. If you listen on the radio, we'll tell you about it. The boys varsity is warming up as they normally do, right, between the girls halftime, and we'll get to that one coming up. Probably about 8 o'clock or so. It's at 7:15 right now, and we'll get to that one. That one is always entertaining. Usually the girls game is pretty entertaining, but this one so far has not been that entertaining, with a 32-8 Pisgah Sugar Bear lead at the break. All right, we will take another break here on the RSR CarQuest Auto Parts halftime report. Come back and get to third quarter action. Back after this across the Franklin Panther Sports Network.
The WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
You can buy a red one, a blue one, any shape, size, or price, on a lot, online, or even from a vending machine. What and how you buy has changed a lot, but one thing has never changed. You buy it from somebody, and the people make the difference. Upfront pricing, market-based trade-ins, service after the sale, and never ever any games or gimmicks. That's the Smoky Mountain way.
And these are the Smoky Mountain people. Smoky Mountain Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 556 Highlands Road in Franklin.
All right, welcome back to the Panther Den as we get set for third quarter action. Franklin trails tonight to the Sugar Bears 32-8 in a first half that was pretty ugly.
Yes.
If you are a Franklin Panther fan, a Lady Panther fan at least in this one. Well, fans, we're going to be on the air next Friday on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, also on WFSC, as Franklin will host the Smoky Mountain Mustangs here at the Panther Den, and taking a week that you don't have any conference games until next Friday, but you got a couple in between, some non-conference affairs, and the first half of the conference season is almost up. As tonight's game against Pisgah, and then you got Smoky Mountain, so you have seen all the conference foes, Tony, and then you'll go through the second half of the conference season pretty much in the month of February.
Yes, and right now for the Lady Panthers, first of all, they just have to make sure that they don't let what's happening right now carry over to the second half and then carry over to the next game. You know, they have to get, work it out and just, like I said before, break it down to a smaller section, not think about anything else but the first, 3-4 minutes of the game of this second half, and then go into get ready, and then, Coach Hartbarger get ready for the next game, really.
At about a minute and a half, minute and 40 seconds until we'll get to third quarter action. As both teams are coming out of the locker room, we see Pisgah out of the locker room, but Franklin just making their way out of the locker room here. And we'll see if Coach Scott Hartbarger can find some X's and O's and get his girls to get back into this one. Only I don't know if we have seen a game, Tony, that they have only scored 8 points in one half. And you being a coach,
yes,
it's hard. You can tell your players you're going to shoot the ball, but it's hard to get the basket in the bucket, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And at this point, it isn't even, like as a coach, you're not even really worrying, looking at the score. You just coach your girls. Don't worry about what Pisgah, the Sugar Bears, are doing. You coach the girls, and you make sure that they understand how to get out of this hole if they're ever in a hole like this. And right now, it should be 0-0. Now you're just trying to, the game is 0-0, and you're trying to win this quarter. And then you break it down even further. You're trying to win the first 2 minutes, and then call timeout, or 4 minutes, call timeout, and then, okay, we've won that. And it just break it down, turn it into a separate game from what's actually happening. And that right there will help it from lingering on till the next game.
All right, we're just about set. Clock has ticked down. The officials look like they are ready for third quarter action. We are underway here at the Panther Den. Nevaeh Tran with it. She'll kick it into the corner to Kanan Drake. Drake backs it back out, and we'll find Sierra Wade up top. We'll find Candace Parker now. Parker drifts over, finds Kanan. Kanan back to Parker. Parker to Nevaeh Tran. Free throw line. She dribbles in and backs it out. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. 32-8. Sierra Wade in the corner, back to Tran. Tran dribbles, finds Candace. Parker in the paint, loses control, picks it back up. Her shot up and blocked out of bounds by Emma Sorrells. Franklin resets underneath her own basket with 7:22 to go in the third quarter. And it goes to Kanan Drake. Drake dribbles up high, finds Nevaeh. Tran with it with 7:15 to go third quarter. Her pass is knocked away. Pisgah into the front court. They throw it out of bounds, but it was last touched by Lady Panthers. 7:10 to go in the third. 32-8. Franklin trails the Sugar Bears. Girls varsity. Norris with it, left at the elbow. Then she's tied up. Sydney Williams had her big mitt in there, tied her up. Possession arrow is going to stay with the Sugar Bears. 6:59 to go in the third. And Franklin trails 32-8. Up top, Gertie Creason kicks it into the corner to Parham. Her shot wouldn't fall. Bounce pass in the corner, knocked away and picked up by the Lady Panthers. Kanan Drake, center jump circle over to Sydney Williams, left side. Sydney now beyond the arc, quickly gives it up to Nevaeh Tran. Into the corner now. Kanan, jumper, no good. Rebound off to the Sugar Bears. Gertie Creason, pass up top. Carter Gibson underneath, and she got it to go.
And that's what you can't have right there. You can't have a free basket like that. Right now, they should just be worrying about hustling, not worrying about this game, just worrying about hustling and playing it like it's 0-0. And another turnover.
Another turnover. Pisgah down court, high off the mark, no good with the shot. Another offensive board. Norris will jack a three. It wouldn't fall, and the rebound is last touch by Nevaeh Tran. It off the Lady Panthers with 6:01 to go in the third quarter. And it goes quickly to Creason, and she gets the bucket. Well, check that. That was Carter Gibson with the bucket off the glass. And it's 36-8 now. Pisgah, 5:49 to go. Franklin yet to score a basket in this half. Shot from beyond the arc. Wade wouldn't fall for the Lady Panthers. Offensive board. Sugar Bears off to Parham, and she gets the bucket to go. And now it's a 30-point lead for a Pisgah Sugar Bear team that came into this game under 500. Free throw line jumper up and good. That cuts into the lead now at 38-10. 5:22 to go, third quarter. Down court, Mayanne Norris for the Sugar Bears. She'll hold it up top and swing it over to Creason. Creason over to Norris, left side. The Panthers have switched defenses here, Tony.
Yes, they've gone to a 2-3, but it still looks a little lazy, and that's why they just scored it right there.
Underneath, off the glass, good. Again, Gibson, 40-10, back to a 30-point advantage. 4:50 to go, third quarter, and we've got a whistle, and Wade, as she drove in, will get fouled. First foul whistled this half on either team. No shots here. We've got a host of Lady Panthers checking in along with Wade. We've got Rogers.
Coach Hartbarger. Coach Hartbarger looked like Coach Hartbarger looks like he's something's going on with him because he has a trainer over there with him right now on the bench. It doesn't look like he's feeling too good.
Well, that's not good at all. Beyond the arc, Wade with it for Franklin. Will drive in and get the bucket off the glass. 40-12 after the Wade bucket. Vicky Smith with it in the corner, harassed by Wade. Swings it just left of the elbow for a shot. It wouldn't fall for the Sugar Bears. That was Chloe Paris, and underneath on the rebound. We got to fight for it, and it's out of bounds to Franklin. 4:29 to go, third quarter, and Franklin trails 40-12. Here in the girls varsity side of things tonight. Boys varsity, of course, coming up later on. Kanan Drake drives in on that left low block. She lifts the shot. It wouldn't fall, and the rebound is kicked out of bounds, and it's back to Pisgah with 4:15 to go, third quarter. 40-12. Franklin trails in this one, fans, if you just joined us. Norris will give it up to Paris. We'll swing it around into the corner now. Underneath it goes. Gibson with it. Finds Paris, and she gets the bucket to go off the glass. 42-12. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Kendall Burns into the corner. Wade, left side three. Off the mark, no good. And the rebound, long one. Sorrells picks it up, and then she gets fouled. Or was it out of bounds? So it's out of bounds off of Pisgah. So Franklin resets in front of their own bench. As some more subs come in. Dylan Garcia will trigger side court. 3:39 remaining here in this third quarter. Inbounds pass kicked around, picked up Chesney Berry. Berry's pass isn't going to be into the backcourt. It was tipped, they say. No backcourt violation. Kanan Drake holds it high, kicks it over to Garcia. And Garcia's pass into the corner. He's trying to find Rogers out of bounds. The turnover. 3:25 to go third quarter, and Franklin trails 42-12. Paris with it up top for the Sugar Bears. She'll find Smith. Smith in the corner. Over to Paris. Paris in the paint. Dishes it over to Creason. Lifts the shot, no, and they're going to say that they didn't allow the subs to come in. The horn sounded, the whistle sounded there, Tony.
Yes.
But well, now they're going to say it's Pisgah basketball. What happened there? Do you see what happened?
I have no clue what happened there.
Me neither. I was hoping that you saw exactly what transpired there. Carter Gibson with it in the paint, loses control. It is picked up and lifting a shot off the glass. Chloe Paris. Or check that, Morgan Putnam with a bucket. Putnam gives Pisgah a 44-12 lead with 2:48 to go third quarter. Inside the arc, Nevaeh Tran shot wouldn't fall. Rebound on the floor. And we've got a whistle and a foul coming up on Sydney Williams. From behind, she fouled Putnam. That's just the first on the Panthers whistle this third quarter.
Right now is the time when you just want your team just to play hard. Just play hard. That's all you want. They can make mistakes, but make mistakes playing hard. And that's what's not happening right now for the young Lady Panthers.
Down court, Creason into the corner now. Vicky Smith as the Sugar Bears attack on their end. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Baseline pass secured. Smith got double teamed, then she threw it away. 44-12. 2:26 to go in the third quarter. Franklin trails in this one, fans. Been an ugly night so far. Kendall Burns dribbles around. She'll find Garcia in the paint. Dylan Garcia with a bucket. She
play hard like Dylan.
2:08 to go third quarter, and a turnover. Pisgah throws a pass that was errant. Franklin now attacks. Nevaeh Tran for three. It is off the mark, no good. Defensive board, Gibson. She'll throw one down court. It's a dangerous pass secured by Creason. And then Creason is fouled by Nevaeh Tran. That'll be the second on the Panthers this half. Minute 49 to go in the third quarter as some more subs coming in for the Sugar Bears. 44-14. Franklin trails in this one. They've trailed throughout the night. It really hasn't been a ball game at any point in this one. Minute 39 with a moving clock. Chloe Paris with it up top. Over it goes to Smith into the corner now for a three ball up and good by Gertie Creason. And it gets uglier for the Lady Panthers. Sugar Bears up 47-14. Minute 22 to go third quarter. Drifting into the paint, kicking it out. Burns over to Kanan Drake. 47-16 after the bucket. Underneath, Pisgah attacks, and we've got a whistle and a foul going against Franklin. That one's going to be on Kanan, her third, or check that, her second officially. Had three up on the board, and they took one away. 68 seconds left. No shots here. Pisgah to get it in bounds. They do. Another three ball up and off the mark. No good. This one by Chloe Paris. Rebound Franklin. 60 seconds left. Kendall Burns with it. Burns kicks it over. Baseline jumper. Candace Parker wouldn't fall. Sydney Williams grabbed the rebound. She went up. She got fouled. The shot was no good. 51.8 seconds left. And two shots coming up for Sydney Williams at the charity stripe. That's going to be the first foul whistled on Morgan Putnam. First shot up and good. Second on Pisgah this half. As Kanan Drake takes a seat, Sierra Wade will check into the ball game.
And even though this like is out of reach, they need to like put something on, pressure right here or something, just to kind of speed him up, work on stuff for the next game. That's what should be happening right now.
Second shot up and good. 47-18 with 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Pisgah attacks. 3-ball Vicky Smith. No. Long board Sydney Williams. Lady Panthers now going to race down court and throw it away. 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Pisgah, we'll see if they play for the last shot here. Up 47-18. Vicky Smith lifts the pass. Is going to be intercepted. Tipped away off to the races. Kendall Burns off the glass. Good for the Lady Panthers. 47-20 your new score with 13 seconds left in the third. Vicky Smith with it in the corner. Up high. Pass knocked away. Down court off the glass. Good. Candace Parker. And that'll do it for the third quarter. 47-22. Franklin trails the Lady Sugar Bears of Pisgah. We will take a break, come back. Fourth and final quarter coming up across the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Fourth and final quarter about to begin here at the Panther Den. George Young along with Tony Christie. 47-22. Franklin trails here as the fourth and final quarter begins, and more fans are making their way into the Panther Den, and it just has not been the Lady Panthers night, Tony.
No, it hasn't. And it just started with, it was basically the intensity at the beginning of the game. And then the Lady Panthers got into a big hole. And for a young team, you never look at the scoreboard, when, especially in the big first quarter when you're down by 20. That's like the wrong thing to look at.
Pisgah in the paint, can't convert. And a Sorrell shot no good. Panthers with a rebound, racing down court, and Kendall Burns will lift a running shot no good, and she was fouled. So she'll be in the line to shoot a couple of shots here, and that's going to be the third foul on Pisgah. That one whistled on Mayanne Norris. First shot in the air and good. One more at the charity stripe. 7:46 to go in the fourth quarter. 47-23. Second shot. No good. And Sydney Williams tries to save it out of bounds, but it is off of her hands, and it's back over to the Sugar Bears. 3:37 to go in the fourth. See what Pisgah does here. Continue to run their sets or drain some clock. Up 47-23. And Norris with it. They'll swing it over into the corner. Parham now back up top. Norris. Looks like they will drain some clock here. Yes. Norris will dribble around into the corner now. Creason to Parham. What's the thought here, Tony, if you're a coach?
If you're on the Lady Panthers, you want to try to get speed them up and get try to get a turnover or something, or a quick shot. And if you're on the Sugar Bears, just drain clock, because unless you earlier when it was looking like it might have been a 40-point lead, then you try to get to 40 points and then it's running clock. But this right here, just kind of work on your stall game and try not to make it look that bad.
It was a turnover as Franklin gets it back. Up top, Kaden Drake attempts a three. It won't fall, and the board is off to the Sugar Bears. Mayanne Norris down court with 6:34 to go in the fourth quarter. 47-23. Franklin trails. Underneath, pass knocked away. Picked up Kanan Drake. Lady Panthers attack down court. Off it goes Nevaeh Tran. Tran over to Sydney Williams. Sydney left baseline will attack the hole and lift the shot off the glass. Good. Sydney Williams gets the bucket. It's 47-25. Outlet pass down court. Can't convert. Carter Gibson for the Sugar Bears. Rebound Franklin, and a foul coming up on Pisgah. I believe that one's going to be whistled on Carter Gibson. That's going to be her second and the team's fourth. No shots here. Nevaeh Tran in the backcourt will bring it up for Coach Scott Hartbarger with 6:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Gives it up to Burns. She attacks, gets fouled in the paint. 1-and-1 coming up. Or no shots, they'll say. And that one's on 1-1, which is Mayanne Norris. That's her fourth. And the fifth on Pisgah. Inbounds is kicked by Sugar Bear out of bounds. Franklin resets. Subs coming in. Looks like Vicky Smith back in the game for Mayanne Norris, who is going to take a seat with 4 fouls for Coach Brandon Holloway. And it goes to Kanan Drake. She is fouled underneath. That's going to send Kanan to the line to shoot a couple of free throws here. 16 foul. That one's going to be whistled on Vicky Smith. And the first one at the stripe for Kanan is off the mark, no good. She'll get one more at the line. 6:01 to go in the fourth quarter as Kanan dribbles, shoots, and gets that one to go. 6 minutes under 6 now to play in this fourth quarter as Pisgah will attack. Looks like more draining clock. They're trying to, but another turnover. Off to the races. Kendall Burns, a lot of contact, no foul, but a stick back. Offensive board in the stick back, up and good. 47-28 your new score. Underneath, Pisgah now going to race down court and get the bucket to go. Vicky Smith. 5:27 to go. $5:19 as the clock continues to tick. Underneath, Pisgah can't convert. Kaylee Parham's shot no good. Rebound Franklin. And Nevaeh Tran gives it up to Drake. Swing it over to Parker. Parker in the paint running shot. No good. Rebound Sugar Bears. And immediately a foul. Who's that one going to be on? Is it Parker or is it Sydney Williams?
Parker.
Give it to Parker. It's going to be her second. Team's third. 5:01 to go in the fourth quarter. 49-28. Pisgah on top here in an ugly game.
Yes.
Start to drain more clock, will the Sugar Bears, it appears at this point. Just throw it around, find Smith to Creason. Creason swings it over to Kaylee Parham. Parham back out beyond the arc, going to attempt a three. Off the mark, no good. Creason, rebound. Wade underneath here. Wade had it briefly, but it looks like she stepped on the baseline, and it's back over to Pisgah with 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter. 49-28. We can only hope that the boys varsity a little more competitive.
Yes.
I think it will be. Than this one. Underneath, we've got a tie up as the ball came in, and the possession arrow is off to the Franklin Panthers. 4:32 to go in the fourth quarter, and Franklin trails 49-28.
If you play basketball long enough, a game like this happens, and especially as you're a high school basketball player, this will happen. And what you have to do is learn from it and learn how it happened and how to prevent it from happening next time.
Sydney Williams will block a shot underneath, but she's going to be whistled for the foul. It's going to be her fourth and the team's fifth. Shots coming up for the Sugar Bears. Vicky Smith at the line. And that one's off the mark, no good. She'll get one more. Checking into the game, Brooke Rogers. As Sydney Williams will take a seat for Coach Scott Hartbarger. 4:11 to go in the fourth quarter. 49-28. Sugar Bears with the advantage as there's one more at the charity stripe for Vicky Smith, and it's off the mark, no good. Rebound, Kendall Burns, and Franklin going to attack down court. Up it goes into Vega Tran, and then she travels with it. 4:07 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Pisgah will get it back. Chloe Paris to trigger. She does into Creason. Creason going to slowly dribble near the center jump circle. And swing it into the corner now. Back it goes around the horn. Up top to Paris. Paris over to Creason. She attacks baseline. Running shot good. Right side. Creason makes it a 51-28 Pisgah lead with 3:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Nevaeh Tran between the circles. She'll kick it over into the corner. Garcia. Garcia lifts a running shot in the paint. No. Rebound Pisgah. And race down court with Gibson. Gibson will throw it away as she was trying to find a cutting Vicky Smith. 3:28 remains here in this fourth, and Franklin continues to trail big in this one. 51-28 in the fourth quarter. And now I was thinking about this, Tony, a little bit. Coach Brandon Holloway starting to sub in a little bit, but we've seen the starters for the Sugar Bears for a good portion of this fourth quarter.
Yes, because Coach Hodman, he's actually been subbing them throughout the game. So everyone's been playing a lot for him. So I think right now he's just trying to get them to execute a little, some offense, because right now they're executing it with all these people in here. Even though it is quiet in here, there's still a lot of people in this live action. You want to get your starters to execute, some things. They're getting ready for the next game, and that's what it looks like, because they're being aggressive and they're passing the ball and they're looking for the shots, but they're trying to make sure they execute what they're trying to do fully with the starters.
Foul on Pisgah. Shots at the line. First one, 1-1, no good for the Franklin Lady Panthers. Candace Parker. Rebound Pisgah. They're going to attack down court, then throw it away, and then Franklin turns it over. Can't win for trying in this one. 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter, and Franklin continues to trail 51-28 fourth quarter. Pisgah will get it inbounds underneath, and it goes to Morgan Putnam. She goes up, shot off the mark, offensive board and stick back, no, but we've got a foul coming up on Franklin, and that's going to send Carter Gibson to the line for a couple of shots here. That one on looks like Brooke Rogers. Yes, that'll be her second and the team's sixth. Free throw line for Carter Gibson. The first one is no good. We'll get one more at that charity stripe. Second goes 52-28. Underneath. Shot off the mark, no good for the Lady Panthers. Another shot wouldn't fall, and now we've got a whistle and a foul coming up on Pisgah. That'll be the 8th team foul, so 1-1 coming up. Foul whistled on Morgan Putnam. Kanan Drake will be at the line to shoot the free throws. Now Coach Brandon Holloway is substituting all of his starters. And we'll get those names here in just a moment as Kanan will be at the strike. It's in the air and good. She'll get one more. 2:52 to go in the fourth quarter. 52-29. Pisgah with the advantage. Second shot up and good. And we've got a whistle, and it appears a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 2:52 to go fourth quarter. 52-30. Pisgah with the advantage in the girls varsity. Back after this across the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Thank you, sir. 2:52 to go in the fourth as we get back to action here at the Panther Den. George Young along with Tony Christie up high. And Norris, she'll kick it into the corner. We got a whistle and a foul coming up on Franklin. Looks like Dylan Garcia will pick up the foul.
And the Lady Panthers, this is the first man-to-man that they've showed all game, and they actually were doing well there.
Free throw shots. First one's up and good by Ashton Frady. Makes it 53-30 in the fourth. 2:39 to go in this Mountain 6 conference affair. Second shot off the mark, no good for Frady. Rebound Franklin. Down court is Kendall Burns. Tell you what, Kendall Burns has played hard tonight.
She does.
She has a spark out there. The rest of the team really hasn't played all that well. There's a bucket. Sierra Wade in the paint, running shot good. 53-32. Pisgah, 2:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tiptoeing the baseline and lifting a shot, no, is Gibson. And then another offensive board and stick back, no. Franklin with it. Sierra Wade down court. Off the mark, no good, but she was fouled in the paint. She'll be at the line. Shooting 2 here. That's the 19th foul on Pisgah. And the foul, I believe, is going to be on Norris. Yes, that's going to be her 5th. She's going to take a seat. Sierra Wade. First one is off the mark, no good. So we'll get one more. It's up and good. 53-33.
A little bit of pressure here.
2 minutes exactly, fourth quarter. 53-33 as we've got an errant pass for the Sugar Bears. It's out of bounds. So Franklin will get it back by trailing 53-33. This one's pretty much in the books except for the final score. It means the boys varsity will start here right directly. Be 10 minutes between this one and the boys varsity. We'll wrap things up between games. We'll name a player of the game, get some post-game stats for the girls, get you set for the boys action as we've got a whistle underneath and a push on Pisgah. We'll send Nevaeh Tran to the line. (53-33). First shot at the charity stripe is up and good.
Hopefully there isn't a carryover. There isn't a carryover to from this performance to the next game and then further games, because I've actually seen it to where it can last like 3 and 4 games. This, if you come out with a flat performance like this.
Second shot was no good. Pisgah grabbed the rebound. This is going to cruise to their 8th victory against 8 losses. So that'll move them to 500 overall, and Franklin will slip under 500 at 7 and 8. Kanan Drake brings it down court, gives it up to Nevaeh Tran, kicks it over to Wade for 3. Wade shot no. Rebound Pisgah. They're going to back it out. Greason into the corner now. Haley Gibson. Gibson splits a double team in the paint, lifts a running shot. It goes. Kind of threw it up. It was a hope and a prayer and got it to go, got the roll. 55-34 with 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nevaeh Tran in the paint, lifts a running shot. It wouldn't fall, like it was partially blocked. It's out of bounds off of the Sugar Bears. And it goes underneath to Sydney Williams. Her shot wouldn't fall. Rebound Kanan Drake, and she goes to the deck. Was fouled on the way. That'll send her to the line for a couple of shots here, and that one's going to be on Pisgah's Morgan Putnam, I believe. Yes, it's going to go against Putnam, her 3rd. 2 shots for Kanan. First one's good. 55-35. And fans, barring technical feet behind us here. We won't go to break on the YouTube and Facebook side of things. We'll on WFSC though, so you'll have us for a little extra after the game, after this game here. Second shot is up and good by Kanan Drake, 55-36 with 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pisgah with it, and we've got a foul up top. He's going to go against Burns. Kendall Burns will pick it up and send Sugar Bear to the line. Curdy Creason will be at the line. Yeah, that's 12. Got a ponytail on the way. First shot is up and good. 56-36. Second shot rolls in. Nevaeh Tran brings it down court, kicks it out to Wade, who attempts, or check that, as Burns that attempted a three. It wouldn't fall. And the rebound off to the Sugar Bears. We'll just see if they decide to put it in their pocket and drain the 17 seconds left. And mercifully, this one will come to an end.
Kendall's going to play to the end.
Dribbling Curdy Greason. 6 seconds left. And they whistle a foul with 3 seconds left. As hitting the deck of Sugar Bear. And whistle a foul on Franklin. That one's going to go against Sierra Wade. That's going to send Haley Gibson to the line to shoot 1-1. Just a 19 foul on Franklin. First one wouldn't go. Rebound Franklin, and it's over. Half-court shot almost went in.
Yes. That would have been the highlight.
Franklin falls in this one 57-36 to the Sugar Bears of Pisgah. He will come back, and we will get some stats, some analysis. We'll get you set for the boys action in just a few moments. Back after these words across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Now you can see on Facebook Live and YouTube Live that there's a lot of energy in this gymnasium, Tony, and I'm looking forward to this one. I think a lot of fans are. If you remember back a year ago almost, it was February, I believe, 2nd.
Right.
Last second shot by Dela Cruz lifted the Panthers over Pisgah, revenge a loss earlier in the season.
Right.
Tonight, these two get together. They don't like each other. A lot of animosity. You see it on the football field, on the basketball field.
Right.
These two teams go at it. Doesn't really matter the records. If you look at the record, Pisgah is 5-10.
Yes.
Franklin, on paper, looks like the better team, but I don't think it matters in this one.
No, it doesn't matter in this one. It doesn't matter in I coach youth. I coach the youth travel ball. It doesn't matter in that. It doesn't matter in anything when you put these two teams together and these two towns together. It's gonna be fireworks. I just hope that it's a better outcome than the last one. And right now, the crowd, the student section is already standing back up because they sat down there in the other game because they were taken out of it. And hopefully the boys can use that energy to get the crowd into it and put them away early. Kind of like it'd be great if it's like that Swain game. That Swain game was good. They got the crowd into it early and they stayed on them, and the game was over by the second quarter.
We will wrap up the girls varsity here in just a few moments. As you can see on screen, 57-36 was the final. All right, fans, welcome back on WFSC is wrapping things up on the girls varsity side. George Young along with Tony Christie. Ugly all the way around, Tony.
Yes.
57-36, maybe even a little more respectable than what it seemed. Only 8 points scored at the end of 2 quarters
Right.
for Franklin. So that second half, pretty good.
Yes, yeah. Second half was pretty good. There were a lot of things that they did do good, and the biggest thing is that the young ladies that were in the game, they attempted to play hard. You know, there were a few that were, you know, just kind of shell shocked, and you don't know what to do because you never practiced, you know, being down 25, 30 points. So it's a strange feeling, you know, and for young players, they're in front of their peers and they're feeling bad and you know, everything like that's happening. You have several things that aren't going right, and you don't want to be embarrassed. You are a little bit embarrassed out there because I've been there. I've been there as a player. I've been there as a coach. And it's a strange feeling, and you don't like it. And as a young player, you have to learn to not like that and figure out why it happened and never let it happen again.
All right, Tony, you have some post-game stats for us, and then we'll name player of the game.
All right. Candace Parker, 2 points. Dylan Garcia, 2 points. Chesney Berry, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks. Nevaeh Tran, 5 points, 1 rebound. Kendall Burns, 3 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. Sierra Wade, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block. Brooke Rogers, 2 rebounds. Kanan Drake, 7 points, 14 rebounds. Sydney Williams, 4 points and 4 rebounds.
All right, appreciate it, Tony. And we talked about this briefly. What do you think about player of the game tonight?
I believe it. Kanan Drake. She did what she had to do, and she did like how she normally does. She didn't score as many points, but she was just shy of her average on the point side. But she did what she normally does on the rebound side, and she had 14 rebounds.
All right, so congratulations to Kanan Drake. She is tonight's player of the game. All right, we're going to take another break here between games, and we'll get set for the starting lineups that'll be introduced, and we'll get set for the tip-off, the boys varsity. So hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
Den as we get set for the boys varsity. George Young along with Tony Christie on our mega cast tonight. I counted it up. There's 7 different ways that you can follow the action. And I believe because there's 7 different ways, we've had 7 different types of problems pop up
yes.
throughout the
Yes.
night. We've had issues with our computers. We've had issues with what channels are being fed down the line on the radio side.
Right.
So if Tony sounds a little low, if you're listening on WFSC, on the 4 ways you can listen to WFSC, the audio-only broadcast, that's because we only have one mic. And anyway, it's just been one of those nights. Hopefully,
I am
yes,
here.
yeah. Tony's here. He may be a little low.
A little low, not talking a little bit, but it's okay.
To bend in, and I have to let him use my mic. But tonight, Tony, these 2 teams don't like each other. We've said that multiple times.
Right.
We talked about it when the girls game was a blowout. A lot of fans, as we can show, have made their way, and the student section is right below us here.
Right.
They are ready, and I'm sure going to be very raucous. 12-2 is Coach Doug Clemens and his Panthers, and the Pisgah Black Bears come in at 5-10, uncharacteristic 5-10 in a program that is used to winning a lot of ball games. But you talked about this in the girls varsity. The schedule that these 2 coaches have put together has really challenged these 2 teams.
Yes, it has.
Early on.
Yes, it has. And just on the Pisgah side, they've actually played a team from Palm Bay, Florida, where actually I used to live, and they're one of the best teams down in Central Florida, and they only lost them by maybe I think 3 or 4 points, and that's the testament that what he does. He tries to make it tough, so when it gets into the conference, it's gonna be easy, just like Coach Clemens does on the Panther side. He wants it to be as tough as possible in non-conference. You can lose every single conference game, but make sure once you get in the conference game, you want to win. And right now, Coach Clemens has fostered a winning winning habits, and that's been great for the Panthers.
We're having the starting lineups, and because the PA feed will not be fed down the line because of the way things have worked tonight, we won't carry that, but we will talk about the starting lineup for the Panthers. And this has been a consistent starting lineup throughout the season for Coach Doug Clemens. Tony, you've got 3 seniors and 1 freshman. He has not really wavered, and what I was told before the game tonight, very superstitious.
Yes.
Is Doug Clemens.
Yes, and what a lot of coaches, like I do it myself, is I'll start the same starters the whole time, and you adjust it throughout what's happening through the game, because everyone's accustomed to this by now. So you just kind of leave it alone. You don't want to, upset the apple cart. You just want to, make sure that all the kids know exactly what they're doing, and they'll come in their role, make it more familiar.
The starting lineup is being introduced here at the Panther Den by Ken Neitz, the PA announcer here at the Den tonight, and more fans are making their way. You can see, if you're watching on our YouTube and Facebook stream, that a lot of fans in the end zones here, a lot of fans that have not made their way into the actual stands, that are just kind of standing around.
Yes.
And that's kind of what you get in a rival game like this. Starting lineups have been introduced, by the way. The starting lineup goes like this for the Franklin Panthers: Cole Doolittle, Jay Bick, Miles McClure, Tyler Harrell, and Todd Chastain is the starting 5 for Coach Doug Clemens. And we are set to go in the boys varsity. Miles McClure, who has yet to lose a toss this season, will jump center.
Actually, I believe in his career. Actually, it's in his career he hasn't lost one. So
in his career, we'll see if it continues. Neelan Walker will jump center on McClure as the ball's in the air and toss it a tip, and that record remains intact. Todd Chastain secures it. He'll give it up quickly. Cole Doolittle back over. Going to go to Bick, into the corner now to Tyler Harrell. Back to Bick up top. 7:47 just underway. In the corner, Tyler Harrell tiptoes the baseline, kicks it out over to Jay Bick. Bick dribbles around once again, gives it up. Harrell to Bick, back to Harrell. Into the corner, Doolittle, left wing 3, got it. Good start for the Panthers. Cole Doolittle hits a trifecta and gets the Panthers on the board first. It's 3-0, 7:23 to go in the opening quarter of action.
And that's how you want to start a game right there. You want to start a game with a good ball movement, and both teams are playing zone, so you want to make sure that you keep your level of play up.
Shot from beyond the arc would not fall for the Black Bears. Down court quickly. It's Cole Doolittle giving it up to Bick. Over to Tyler Harrell. He dribbles inside the arc, then back out. In the corner, Todd Chastain now left side. Over to Cole Doolittle. Back to Bick. Back to Doolittle. Thought about a three. Gives it up to Harrell. 6:51 to go first quarter. 3-0 Franklin. Tiptoeing the baseline. Jay Bick gets fouled. Going to be the first on Pisgah. And that one's going to be whistled on Hunter Davis. His first. Panthers reset underneath their own basket. They get it up high to Miles McClure. McClure over it goes left side to Jay Bick. He dribbles out of that corner. And finds Doolittle back to Bick. 6:28 to go. Deep in the corner, back around the arm it goes. Cole Doolittle in traffic, dribbles in, kicks it out. Harrell for three. It's off the mark, no good. Miles skies for the rebound. McClure, baseline jumper, wouldn't fall, left side. And the rebound secured Devin Dodgen for the Black Bears. Into the front court, Dodgen gets double teamed up top. Bounce pass over to White, deep three. White got it. Tanner White nails a three. And he has been playing for Pisgah for, I believe, 10 years. He has been there forever.
And he always plays well against Franklin. The 3 times they played last year, I think he averaged over 22 points or something like that.
In the corner, baseline jumper, up and good. Jay Bick right side. 5-3 Franklin. 5:50 to go first quarter. Down court, bringing it up. Bryce, check that Devin Dodgen. Dodgen will kick it over. Left side, Devin for three. It's off the mark, no good. Pisgah grabs the board, goes up, gets fouled. And we've got shots coming up for the Black Bears. Miles McClure will pick up the foul, second on the Panthers, his first. And Devin Dodgen at the line, shooting 2 shots.
From where I'm sitting, it looked like that was a good block right there.
First shot up and good for Dodgen. He'll get one more at that free throw line with 5:36 to go in the first quarter. 5-4 Franklin. Second shot by Dodgen. It's up and good. And we are tied at 5, fans. Jay Bick over to Doolittle. Doolittle's pass secured by Harrell into the corner right side. Jay Bick for three. No good. Dodgen skies for the board. Black Bears into the front court. Devin Dodgen kicks it into the corner now. Nifty dribbling. Back out beyond the arc it goes. Tanner White for three. No good. Devin Dodgen grabs the offensive board. He goes up. Gets his shot blocked by Todd Chastain. Franklin grabs the blocked shot. Tyler Harrell drifts down. Free throw line. Lifts the jumper good. 7-5 now. Franklin regains the lead with 4:58 to go in the first. Bringing it up slowly for the Pisgah Black Bears. It was Devin Dodgen.
And right there, Tyler did exactly what you want to do when a team's playing against playing you zone. The first offense is a fast break. That's the best offense against the zone.
Trent Devlin's pass almost intercepted, picked up by White in the paint. White shot blocked by Miles McClure in the paint. He gets his own block shot. Going to reset now. Up top, Tanner White thought about a three, kicks it over to Dodgen right side. Bounce pass in the paint. Evan Walker spins and shoots. It wouldn't fall. Rebound Franklin. Jay Bick up court off to Doolittle. Catch and shoot left wing three. Got it. Cole Doolittle nails the three, and Franklin up now 10-5 with 4:10 to go in the first quarter.
And that's exactly what they have to do. They have to keep pushing it right there and get actually a good first open look.
Pisgah attacks. Devin Dodgen into the corner now. White right side. White splits a double team that he will find Walker. Baseline right side. Lifts a running shot good. On the baseline. 10-7. Franklin up three. High pass. Miles McClure free throw line. Dribbles into the paint. Wild shot. No. Lost control of it. It's high off the glass. Rebound to the Pisgah Black Bears. And Tanner White leading in traffic. Lifting a shot off the glass. Good. Tanner White pulls his Black Bears within one here at 10-9. 3:28 to go first quarter. Tanner, check that. Tyler Harrell with it. Into the corner now. Jay Bick. Bick's going to find Cole Doolittle. Feels like maybe Doug Clemens turned the air conditioning on in here. I feel a cool breeze. Top of the key, 3. Doolittle, no, couldn't get the roll. Rebound, though, offensive. And Tyler make that Todd Chastain with a board. Gives it up, Tyler Harrell, right wing, 3, got it. We've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. 3 minutes remaining, first quarter. 13-9, Franklin will take a break across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Panther Den as we've got 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Franklin up 13-9 out of the timeout. Pisgah with a basketball. Tanner White high up top. Swing it over. Dodging with it. Dodging now. Free throw line. Drives in. Kicks out. Tanner White gonna attempt the 3. Left side. Deep one. It's no good. And the rebound off to the Panthers. Cole Doolittle with it. Right side. Finds Jay Bick. Jay to Tyler Harrell. Harrell drifts inside the paint, then quickly gives it up. It's off to Cole Doolittle with 2:13. Make that 2:18 to go in the first. Tyler Harrell, baseline jumper, good, and the foul. Left side, that was going to send Tyler Harrell to the line for the and one. We'll see who they whistle that one on. It's going to go against Cameron Walker, who's just checked into the ball game. That's his first and the team's second.
And right there, the Black Bears came out in a man-to-man, and the Panthers recognized it early.
Shot from the stripe, good. 16-9, 7-point advantage for Franklin with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Dodging with it. We'll swing it into the corner to Trenton Devlin. Devlin now going to find a wide open Hunter Davis underneath. He got lost in the defense and gets the bucket to go off the glass. 16-11 Panther lead with 1:50 to go first quarter. Cole Doolittle to the hole. Shot blocked. Rebound. Kicked around. Picked up. Tanner White. White lowers his shoulder. Offensive foul. Tyler Harrell stood his ground. And an offensive foul whistled on Tanner White in the first big collision in this rival game. 1:39 first quarter. 16-11 Franklin by 5 as Jay Bick will bring it down court slowly and swing it over to Harrell. Thought about a 3, drove in, kicked it back out. Into the corner now goes to Todd Chastain. Chastain to Harrell, top of the key 3. Laser beam wouldn't fall, and the rebound to Pisgah. 1:20 to go in this first. 16-11 Franklin on top. Drifting in, White kicks it back out. Devlin with it into the corner now. It goes Cameron Walker for 3. He nailed it. 16-14. It's been a barrage of threes for both teams here early on. 60 seconds left first quarter.
And Cameron Walker, he's actually a big guy, so that was interesting that he can actually shoot it from that far.
Jay Bick in the paint gets spelled out with a foul as he spun. Ball was knocked away. Pisgah reached in on it, the official says. That one's going to be whistled on, it appears, Tanner White. That's his second and the 4th on Pisgah. Jay Bick at the charity stripe. First shot is up and it is no good. Rims out. I'll get one more. In the air and good with the second. 17-14 Franklin, 4:47 to go. Make that 47 seconds to go now, down to 43. Into the corner it goes to Devlin, and Devlin with a bounce of pass in the paint knocked away, and it is off of Pisgah Black Bear. The Panthers will get it with 37 seconds left in the first. 17-14. Jay Bick with the basketball and the lead for the Panthers. Dishes over to Miles McClure. He goes up, looked like he wanted to flush that one. He wanted to jam it home, but got fouled. That's going to send Miles McClure to the line for 2 shots here, and they're going to whistle that one on Pisgah. It's going to be their 5th See, they haven't put it up on the board yet. First shot at the charity stripe, in and out, no good. Looks like that one whistled on the big man, Cameron Walker.
Yep. His second right now, and that was a good play right there by Miles to go up strong and try to dunk it on him, because you never know, he might have got it, and that would have ignited this crowd.
No doubt. Second shot good. 18-14. 21 seconds left in the first. Trent Devlin with it for the Black Bears up top, free throw line, or check that the center jump circle. And a dish one that is knocked away. Stockton had it briefly. It's picked up by Dodgen. Dodgen shot no, an offensive board, and a stick back wouldn't fall. Rebound, Jay Bick goes up, hits the deck. That's a traveling violation. And it's back over to Pisgah with 1.2 seconds on the scoreboard clock. First quarter. 18-14, 4-point advantage. Franklin. Ball inbound at the buzzer. A shot by Stockton goes. Was it a three? Yes, it was. 18-17 after one quarter. Franklin up by a point. We'll take a break. Stay with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network. All right. Interesting first quarter of action. George Young along with Tony Christie as the second quarter about to begin. 8 minutes up on the scoreboard. Thanks for joining us on the 7 different ways that you can follow the action tonight. Audio only, WFSC. Also on Facebook Live and YouTube Live video stream. 18-17 Panther advantage. And that last second really was 1.2 seconds left in that first quarter. The shot at the buzzer went in for Pisgah. And it seems like, Tony, they have a knack for that.
Yes, they do. And it's one of those things that comes with the rivalry. You know, you have different things that you normally can't do, but it'll happen for you in this game.
Pisgah with it to begin things. We've got a whistle and a foul with 7:41 to go in the second quarter. And that was going against the Panthers. The second whistled against Franklin. And that one is on Jay Bick, his first. No shots here as Pisgah will trigger underneath their own basket. And they get it into Dodgen. Dodgen over to Devlin. Underneath it goes to Walker. And Nealon Walker's shot no good. Rebound Franklin. Off to the races. Doolittle finds himself wide open, spins and shoots. Baseline jumper good. And he spun a couple of times there, Tony, and his defender got faked out and hit the deck.
And Cole is actually, he's playing very well in the offensive end right now.
Underneath it goes to Walker, and he secures it, goes up and gets it off the glass. Good to cut it to a 1-point Panther advantage at 20-19 with 7:02 to go in the second quarter. Underneath, feeding a pass. It's going to be intercepted, trying to feed Todd Chastain on that right low block. It's picked off. And Pisgah resets. Dodgen double team near the center jump circle. Bounces a pass over to Stockton, who hit that last second three at the buzzer in that first quarter. Gives it up again to Dodgen. Cross court pass over to Stockton. Thought about a three. Again, a lot of passing over to Devlin. Three, air ball. Rebound Jay Bick, and then he is reached in on as he was heading down court. It's going to go against Stockton. Jordan Stockton picks up his first, team sixth. And Franklin will trigger side court with Miles McClure. 20-19, Franklin by just a point here with 6:25 to go second quarter in this rival match. Mountain 6 Conference Showdown. Franklin comes in at 12-2. And the Pisgah Black Bears at 5-10 overall. 6:12 as the clock ticks, and Franklin will attack with Jay Bick. Jump stop. Looked like it was partially blocked. It was. As he stopped, went up with a shot. It was knocked out of bounds. It'll stay in the possession of Franklin with Isaiah Johns checking in. Was that Bailey Watts? Bailey Watts is checked into the ball game. 42, not 43. Watts gets it The inbounds pass from Bick, quickly gives it back to Bick, who then promptly gives it up to Doolittle. Doolittle off to Jay Bick, left side, kicks it over right side. Ty Chastain will lift the jumper and hit baseline. 22-19, 3-point advantage now with 5:47 to go in the second quarter, and Franklin up. Pisgah will turn it over. Doolittle to the hole, partially blocked. Bailey Watts grabs the board. He can't get the shot to go, and Pisgah now will bring it up court after they secured that defensive board. Off it goes to Stockton. Stockton now going to give it up. Devlin up high. Devlin harassed by Bailey Watts. We'll find Devlin in the corner right side. Bounce pass underneath, knocked away. Tyler Harrell tried to save it out of bounds. It is off of his mitt, and Pisgah will retain possession underneath their own basket as John Tassinger checks in for the first time. Doolittle going to take a breather with 5:13 to go second quarter. 23-19. Franklin with the advantage by 4 at home tonight, fans. Inbounds pass is going to be stolen away. Jay Bick, outlet pass down court. Bailey Watts could not secure that one. And Pisgah now will try to get something offensively on their end. Dodging with it. Lucky traveled. Kicked it into the corner. Devlin now going to find Patrick Trantham, who's just checked into the ball game. Up top over to Stockton now. Stockton gets double teamed. Bounce pass into the corner left side. Devlin. Underneath it goes Walker. Walker lifts a shot. I think it was partially blocked. No good. John Tassinger with a rebound. Tassinger finds Bick high up top. Over to Tyler Harrell in the corner. Right side. Back it goes Bick. 4:26 to go second quarter. Bick going to attack on the dribble. A lot of contact. No foul. And it's out of bounds off of Pisgah. Some subs coming in for the Black Bears. 4:23 to go second quarter. 23-19. Franklin with the advantage and the basketball. And it goes Tyler Harrell. Catch and shoot left wing. 3. Got it. Tyler Harrell has warmed up from beyond the arc and given the Panthers a 25-19 lead.
And right now, the Black Bears haven't figured out that the Panthers have moved to a 1-3-1 zone.
Shot from beyond the arc, no good. Long board, bodies on the floor, eventually a whistle. And we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow is with Franklin. We have not had any altercations yet. Really, everybody has had a cool head in this one. But Tony, if the officials continue to let a lot of contact like I'm seeing go, it could get a little testy in here.
Yes, and that's where the coaches probably won't let that happen. They might get it technical before anything like that happen.
Last time we were on Facebook Live and YouTube Live here at the Den, as we got a whistle and a foul going against Franklin, an offensive foul. Coach Doug Clemens got ejected in the Hendersonville game. That was the last home game that the Panther fans here at the Den have seen. So far, no technical fouls. Really a pretty clean game. Not a lot of fouls called in this game. Only 6 against Pisgah and 3 against Franklin. Underneath, Stockton will get it to go off the glass for Pisgah. 3:30 to go second quarter, and Franklin up 4 at 25-21 after the bucket by Stockton. Bringing it up court, Jay Bick. Bick going to slow it down a bit. Clock continues to tick. Bick now to the hole again, gets his shot partially blocked. A lot of contact, no foul. Pisgah secures it and brings it down court. Wyke in the paint, weaving. Shot partially blocked. In that paint, Tyler Harrell looks like he was able to get a mid on it, and it's knocked around and off of a Pisgah Black Bear. Back to Franklin. 3:05 to go second quarter. 25-21, 4-point advantage for Franklin as some subs come in.
And Coach Clemens is animated over there. He wants the players, when they go to the hole, to jump stop and give them a fake, because they're trying to jump for everything and block everything. So that's why he wants them to jump stop so they can get to the free throw line.
2:48 to go, and the second is in the paint. Todd Chastain gets double teamed, kicked it back out. Jay Bick trying to drive in, now backs it out. Finds Tyler Harrell. Harrell now will drive, find John Tassinger. Tassinger charges. A whistle, the offensive foul on Tassinger in the paint. That'll be his first. And the fourth on the Panthers. 25-21, 4-point lead for Franklin. Pisgah gets it back after that offensive foul. Bringing it up court is Devin Dodgen for Pisgah. He gets double teamed, bounces one over to Trantham. Trantham gives it up quickly to Davis. Back it goes to Trantham, who lifts a pass that's going to be intercepted. Jay Bick, coast to coast. Bick off the glass, good. 27-21, 6-point lead for Franklin. 2:10 to go in the second. In the paint, Dodgen bounces it out. Trantham, around the horn it goes. Hunter Davis with it. He drove in briefly, then kicked it out beyond the arc. Underneath it goes to Walker, and it's knocked away from Walker and stolen away. John Tassinger picked his pocket. It's off old Doolittle now. Left at the elbow, feeds underneath to Kobe Manning. Manning just checked in and gets into the scoring column with a bucket. 29-21, Panthers on a bit of a run here.
And the
8 points.
And the Panthers are at their best when they're pushing the ball like that.
Minute 32, turnover. Jay Bick to the hole, off the glass, good. We've got a timeout. We'll take one. Back after this. The Franklin Panther Sports Network.
The WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
Timeout. Pisgah wanted to talk it over.
All right.
As all of a sudden, the Franklin Panther lead has ballooned to 31-21, Tony.
And you can do that when, ever since Coach put, who was that back there? Jay Bick in the back of that 1-3-1. You don't know where he's at, so he can run up on you if you're posting up, and he'll steal the ball. Like right now, he has five steals in this game.
Shot from three by Wyke, off the mark, no good. Saving it out of bounds off of Cole Doolittle was Wyke. And Pisgah will reset sod court with 64 seconds left in the second quarter, and Franklin up 31-21. And it goes to Wyke. Tanner left side. He's going to give it up quickly to Devin Dodgen. Dodgen in the paint, loses control. It is picked up by Walker, and Walker almost lost it again. Eventually it's going to get into the hands of Devin Dodgen just inside the arc. Lifts the jumper good. 31-23. Franklin
and
by 8.
And it looks like the Black Bears have gone to back to a man-to-man as well.
36 seconds left. Clock ticks. Franklin draining that second quarter clock with Jay Bick over to John Tassinger. He's going to find Doolittle. Gives it up to Bick. Bick backs it out now, draining more clock down to 20 seconds left in the second. 31-23. Franklin on top, down to 13 seconds. John Tassinger drove in, kicked it out for an open three. Jay Bick nails it. And Franklin builds their biggest lead at 34-23, and a turnover. Half-court shot at the buzzer is no good by Kobe Manning. And Franklin will head into the locker room up 34-23. 11-point advantage for Coach Doug Clemens. We'll come back for the RSR CarQuest Auto Parts halftime report, get some stats from Tony, analysis, and we'll get you set for the beginning of the third quarter. Hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
You can buy a red one, a blue one, any shape, size, or price. On a lot, online, or even from a vending machine. What and how you buy has changed a lot, but one thing has never changed. You buy it from somebody, and the people make the difference. Upfront pricing, market-based trade-ins, service after the sale, and never ever any games or gimmicks. That's the Smoky Mountain way.
And these are the Smoky Mountain people. Smoky Mountain Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 556 Highlands Road in Franklin.
Franklin up 11 points at the break, 34-23. George Young along with Tony Christie at the break.
Yes.
There's a half-court shooting competition going on. The Chick-fil-A cow is out here. One thing that we didn't mention, had a lot of technical issues that were distracting me. It is Chick-fil-A night here at the Panther Den. It's actually been Chick-fil-A Day. The Chick-fil-A of Clayton brought their cow, brought some food, Chick-fil-A sandwiches for everybody,
Yes.
evidently.
I'm hungry now.
And we may get a visit from the Chick-fil-A manager. I talked to him before the game. He may come by and talk to us, but they're sponsoring tonight. It's Chick-fil-A night, so we appreciate their sponsorship. Franklin High School does, of tonight's basketball game, and the Giant Cow is here. Entertaining first half of action, 34-23 is the score at the break. And it seemed like, Tony, the Panthers started like they wanted to.
Right.
And Pisgah able to hit some threes to keep them in the ball game. But really, I thought in that second quarter, Franklin started to warm up from beyond the arc too, and really all over the court. Shooting went up there in that second quarter.
Yes, and usually in a game like this where there's high emotions and everything, what happens is the first quarter there's a lot of adrenaline, there's a lot of things happening, and like my coach used to always say, wait until it settles down. Let's see if they can keep it up when it settles down. The adrenaline, pumping. It's a rivalry game, and you're making shots, and you can do some things. But then once it stops, can you sustain that play, or what's your normal? And their normal, it looks like for the Panthers, is they're much more in their normal than Pisgah is in theirs.
And Tony, you've got some first half stats for us here.
Yes. Okay, Tyler Harrow, 13 points, 1 block. Cole Doolittle, 6 points, 1 assist. John Tassinger, 1 rebound. Kobe Manning, 1 steal. Jay Bick, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 5 steals. Ty Chastain, 2 points, and Miles McClure, 1 point, 1 rebound, and 2 blocks.
I appreciate it, Tony. If you're watching on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, you're probably wondering why I'm hugging up on Tony. We only have one mic that's feeding our megacast tonight, not on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, but WFSC on the audio-only side. So that's why I was letting you share my mic.
Exactly.
And Ben keeps the camera on us. Thanks, Ben. Thank you. All right, we're at the break. 34-23, Franklin on top of the Pisgah Black Bears as the half-court competition, the shooting competition, continues. You can see there on screen the half-court competition. I don't even think anybody's hit any yet.
I
wonder what they win. Is it like lifetime Chick-fil-A, or at least it's Chick-fil-A for a year?
It'd be great. I might get down there and go, because I usually hit these in practice when I'm when I'm with my kids. They're amazed.
All right, we're going to take another break here and come back, and the third quarter will tip off very, very shortly. So hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. All right.
WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
Back to the Panther Den as the boys are back out of the locker room for Franklin. Still haven't seen the Pisgah Black Bears. They're still in the locker room. They're talking things over, Tony. And you're up 11, 34-23 against a rival at home. And you were talking about this at the break.
Yes.
First 4 minutes are key.
Yes, the first 4 minutes are key. And this is actually, it's a double-edged sword. In the previous game, they were the Lady Panthers were down by a lot. And what you want to tell them is the first 4 minutes, let's get it 0-0. It's the same speech that you'd give them right now for the Panthers. You don't want to let them back in it. You don't want to give them any hope, and you want to actually crush every doubt. I mean, every anything that they might think they can come back with. And if they do that, in this first 4 minutes, then it becomes easier. Then you can unload the bench and, things like that. But, if at the beginning, if you can get them off balance in these first 4 minutes, it'll make the rest of the game a lot easier.
All right, it's got about 2 minutes until we will get to the third quarter action. And it does appear that Clayton Chick-fil-A owner and operator Jay Cooey, all right, yeah, is here, and Jay, we'll share mics here. It's all right, yeah. We'll share mics here. It was Chick-fil-A Day here at Franklin High School, and you guys really rolled out the red carpet and brought all kinds of stuff up here to Franklin.
I hope so, yeah. It was definitely Chick-fil-A Day. We let everybody know with some real estate signs in front of the school this morning that Chick-fil-A was happening tonight over here in the den at the gym at Franklin High School, and gave out a bunch of digital offer cards for free sandwiches, free nuggets, free breakfast items this morning to the student body and to the faculty and staff. And we're just really appreciate Franklin embracing us. And we are not just Chick-fil-A of Clayton. We're definitely Chick-fil-A of Franklin and Macon County as well. Go Panthers.
Well, I'm a big fan of Chick-fil-A myself. I love Chick-fil-A. And you also, throughout the year, provide Chick-fil-A sandwiches for the concession stand too, right?
We sure do. We want to make it where it's a little 16 mile ish stretch from our restaurant here to Franklin High School, but we want to make it seem closer to home and just bring some of that up here. So the Panther faithful are super supportive of us, and we're really thankful for them and Coach Westbrook for being just such raving fans of who we are.
Jay, appreciate you dropping by, and thanks for all that you do.
Thanks,
all righty. That's the Chick-fil-A of Clayton, owner and operator. And he is a big supporter of Franklin Panther Athletics as they bring Chick-fil-A sandwiches up here to sell in the concession stands. We are back to action. Pisgah with it up top. Now swing it around. Devlin with it. Over it goes to Dodgen. Dodgen drives in and kicks it over for a 3. Wyke. Tanner Wyke can't hit from the right side. Long board, and it's out of bounds. And it's going to be whistled off of the Pisgah Black Bears. So Franklin will get it for the first time in this third quarter. 7:28 to go. Up 34-23 over the Pisgah Black Bears. Tyler Harrell with it. Into the corner now. He'll dish underneath. Todd Chastain back out beyond the arc. It goes now. Jay Bick. Jay will find Doolittle up top. Doolittle drives in, then backs it back out beyond the arc. Over to Jay. Bick drives in, kicks it out. Open 3. Todd Chastain, it wouldn't fall. Rebound, Tanner Wyke. Pisgah will attack quickly down court. In the paint, double team. Hanner lost it out of bounds, but last touched, it appears, by Franklin. It'll go back to Pisgah as Walker checks into the ball game with 6:57 to go in the third. 34-23. Franklin with the advantage.
And Franklin's back into their 2-3 defense. They finished that first half in a 1-3-1. So it was a good choice to go back to the 2-3 to try to keep the Black Bears off balance.
Pisgah turns it over in the paint. Jay Bick lifts a running shot. No, tried to grab the board, but it's off to the Pisgah Black Bears. 6:25 to go here in the third. Out beyond the arc, Devlin with it, swings it over to Dodgen. Free throw line jumper. No. Rebound. Foul. They're going to whistle this one on as Hunter Davis went up, secured the board. Is it going against Franklin over the back? It does appear it's going to go against Franklin. First on Franklin. And it's going to be whistled. Was it Miles or was it Doolittle? They have 22 up and now they say it's Jay Bick. Inbound pass almost knocked away. Tanner Wyke with it for Pisgah, gives it up to Walker, tiptoes the right baseline. Shot wouldn't fall. Rebound Franklin. 6:03 to go third quarter. 34-23, 11-point advantage for FHS. 3 up and in and out, no good by Cole Doolittle. Tyler Harrell grabs the rebound, swings one underneath. It's knocked away by Hunter Davis of the Pisgah Black Bears. Back over it goes to Franklin with 5:48 to go in the third quarter. Up 34-23. Franklin has the basketball and the lead. Inbound pass. Todd Chastain underneath. Chastain got the bucket. First points for either team in this third quarter. 36-23 now. Franklin with the advantage. Wyke thought about a 3. Lifted a pass over, knocked away. Walker picks it up in the paint. Running shot good for Cameron Walker. 5:30 to go third quarter now. 36-25. 11-point advantage for Franklin. Slowing it down a bit as Jay Bick kicks it into the corner now. Tyler Harrell. Harrell on the dribble. Drives in. Kicks it out. Knocked away briefly. Gets it back. Lifts the shot in the paint. He was fouled. No on the shot, but he'll have an opportunity from the charity stripe. Foul going to be whistled on Hunter Davis, his second, and the first on Pisgah.
They called that on the floor, but he was actually shooting, and Coach Flynn definitely doesn't like it.
Wow, I thought it was definitely 2 shots. Franklin will get it in bounds, trying to hit Tyler Harrell in the corner. It's knocked away by Wyke. Franklin resets in the corner now as Coach Plemons is way down out of that coach's box right next to the official in the corner. Now he's going to head back to his bench. Giving some last-second instructions there. Miles McClure for three. Got it!
Good shot, Miles.
McClure knocks down the trifecta, and Franklin is up 39-25. Their biggest lead of the night at 14. 4:56 to go in the third quarter. Wyke with it. Drives in. Running shot. Got the roll. 39-27. Franklin up by 12. 4:40 to go here in the third. Jay Bick with it. Over to Doolittle. Doolittle spinning around, kicking it out. Miles thought about a three and finds Jay Bick. Check that Doolittle in the corner who dribbles out of it. Jay now on the dribble, drives in, gets triple team, lifts a running shot, no. Tip up, no. And the rebound to the Pisgah Black Bears. They're off to the races, and Tanner Wyke, 4:18 to go third quarter. Stops and pops left wing. Three, got it. Tanner Wyke nails the trifecta. And it's cut to a 9-point advantage after that three by Wyke. 4:08 to go third quarter.
Good game. It's a good game so far. And if the Panthers can get the ball inside, that's their best bet.
Miles McClure, free throw line jumper, got it to go. 41-30, back to 11-point advantage. Fourth, make that 3:46 to go as the roll is kind on that iron for Pisgah's Hunter Davis. He gets fouled on the way up. He'll be at the line for the and one. Second foul on Franklin. That one's going to be whistled on Todd Chastain. That'll be his second. And one, Hunter Davis. 3:44 to go third quarter. Can't get the roll that time. It rimmed out. Rebound, Miles McClure. And Franklin off to the races. Jay Bick kicks it out. Doolittle left side. Doolittle thought about driving in. Backed it back out. Finds Bick deep in the left corner. Bick over to Doolittle with 3:29 to go. Here in the third quarter, Jay Bick over to Tyler Harrell up top. Harrell now drifting. Drives in briefly, kicks it back out. Miles briefly had it. Back over it goes to Tyler Harrell. And Harrell tiptoed the baseline, lifted a shot, no. Rebound off to Wyke. Wyke and Pisgah with it. 3:05 third quarter. In the paint. His pocket is picked, knocked around out of bounds. Who last touched it? It was off, that appears, of Wyke. That's what the official says. Casey Crook, head coach for Pisgah, doesn't like it.
Not at all.
It's over to the Franklin Panthers. Jay Bick, who brings it up. 2:54 to go third quarter. 41-32 9-point lead for Franklin. In the corner, Tyler Harrell for three. It rims out. Kobe Manning is checked in. He's skied for the board. Almost got it. And then on the ricochet, we've got Tyler Harrell picking up a foul for Franklin as he reached in on Tanner Wyke. That'll be Tyler Harrell's first and the team's third as Wyke brings it up across the timeline. Gets double teamed, does Wyke up top. High pass over to Devlin. Devlin out to Walker. Walker for three. Got it. Cameron Walker nails the three. And it's now all of a sudden just a 6-point advantage. McClure over to Doolittle for three. No. High board. Wyke secures it. Black Bears race into the front court. 2:15 to go third quarter. Devlin with it into the corner. Back out it goes briefly. Stockton with it. Stockton drives in, kicks it out. Walker, three, no. Gets his own rebound. Underneath, he's going to dish a pass. Devlin off the glass, good. And Pisgah on a run. It's 41-37. The 4-point lead. At one point, it was up to 13. Minute 47, third quarter. Doolittle with it. Doolittle kicks it into the corner now. Tyler Harrell. Harrell gets double teamed. That's a high pass, a dangerous one. Secured by Kobe Manning, and then Manning swings it out beyond the arc. They'll reset. Jay Bick. Bick now on the dribble. Picks it up, kicks it out. Miles McClure for three. No good. Long board, and it's out of bounds to Pisgah. A minute 21, third quarter, 41-37. Franklin on top. We've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. We'll take one. Hang with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network.
You can buy a red one, a blue one, any shape, size, or price. On a lot, online, or even from a vending machine. What and how you buy has changed a lot, but one thing has never changed. You buy it from somebody, and the people make the difference. Upfront pricing, market-based trade-ins, service after the sale, and never ever any games or gimmicks. That's the Smoky Mountain way.
And these are the Smoky Mountain people. Smoky Mountain Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 556 Highlands Road in Franklin.
Minute 21 to go in the third in Franklin. 41-37. All of a sudden, though, seems like that lead evaporated, Tony.
Yes, and it was mainly because of Walker. Actually, no, yeah, Cameron Walker. He was out in that first half because he had 2 fouls, and now he's back in the game, and I think he has 7 points since he's been back in the game.
Foul up top going against Franklin as Pisgah attacked, and George Stockton on the dribble was fouled by Kobe Manning. That'll be his first and the team's fourth. No shots here. 67 seconds left in the third quarter. 41-37. Franklin with the advantage. But it was double digits at one point in this quarter. White gonna step on the end line as he tried to dribble around his defender. That's a turnover. Back over to the Panthers. 63 seconds left in the third. 41-37. Panthers with a lead in the basketball. Jay Bick will slowly bring it up. Center jump circle. He'll kick it over. Tyler Harrell over to Bick again. Bick now gives it up. Doolittle in the paint. Off to Manning. Manning in the paint will travel with it. Another turnover. Both teams have turned it over on their possessions. Under 2 minutes left here in this third. 46.3 to go. 14 fouls on Franklin. Just one whistled on Pisgah in the third quarter. Just dwindling down to 36 seconds. Up high, Tanner Wyke. He'll kick it over to Stockton. Stockton finds Wyke. To Devlin, back to Wyke. Wyke dribbles around, guarded by Manning. He gives it up briefly to Devlin. Back it goes to Wyke, who is now double teamed. Over to Devlin. 16 seconds left. In the paint, cutting Wyke, lifting a running shot. Nifty one. He got it to go, and it's now just a 2-point lead at 41-39. 5 seconds left. Up top with it. Jay Bick is fouled. Just the second one whistled on Pisgah. Doug Clemens is hollering at his players to let's go with 2.3 seconds left. I think he wanted Bick to drive to the hole.
Yes,
there.
he did. He wanted Bick to drive to the hole and possibly get a foul on White.
And it goes at the buzzer. Jay Bick got it. Half-court shot at the buzzer. 3 quarters in the books. Fourth and final one coming up. Hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
It's been a fun one so far. They usually are. Franklin and Pisgah, fourth and final quarter in the boys varsity, 44-39 after the half-court shot by Jay Bick. And I don't know if you saw it if you're watching on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. There was some commotion with the officials and the scores table. It looked like there was a foul call there at the end.
Yes, and that one of the officials actually was about to call a foul, and the other one told him no, and then the Black Bear coaches, they were asking for a travel at the same time. So it was like a lot of stuff happening, but the basket was good.
That's what matters.
Yes.
Would have been a 4-point play if they had called a foul. So Franklin gets it to begin the fourth quarter. Vick, who just hit that half-court shot, has it, gives it up to Doolittle. Doolittle on the dribble, looks to pass, and finally finds Jay Vick. 7:46 as that clock ticks in the fourth. Franklin up by 5 to begin the fourth quarter. Back and forth it goes Vick, now Harrell. Harrell draining some clock here. Gonna find Vick up high. Jay gets double teamed, gets bumped, ball on the floor, and a tie-up or timeout. A tie-up's going to be called, and the possession arrow is going to go to the Pisgah Black Bears. We had a great view of it here. It looked like at one point Jay Vick was trying to call timeout there,
yes.
Tony.
Yes, and they actually should have granted him the timeout because he had possession of the basketball.
7:23 to go in the fourth. 5-point advantage for Franklin at 44-39. Tanner Wyke with it, guarded by Bailey Watts. Swings it over to Jordan Stockton. Now into the corner goes to Walker. He kamikazes his way to the hole and gets the bucket to go off the glass. 44-41, 3-point advantage now. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth. Cole Doolittle up top. He'll find Tyler Harrell. Harrell on the dribble. Swings it over to the scorer's table to Jay Vick. Running more clock at 6:46 fourth quarter. Vick underneath, Todd Chastain open, off the glass, no, tip up, no. And the rebound, Pisgah. Wyke down court quickly to the hole, dishes at the last second. Walker off the glass, good, and just a 1-point lead now, 44-43. Casey Crook gets up on his side of the bench and is clapping his hands, trying to get his team fired up here. Tyler Harrell left with an elbow, shot no, rebound off to Pisgah, chance to take the lead. 44-43, and it looks like Franklin offensively here, Tony,
right,
just not hitting those shots.
Yes, because they've slowed it down just a little bit too much, and on the defensive end they have to find out where Cameron Walker is at all times.
Shot from 3, Stockton, no, but the stick back up and good by Devlin, and Pisgah has powered their way back to a 1-point lead at 45-44 with 5:48 to go in the fourth quarter. We've got a timeout on the court. We'll take one. Hang with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network. All right. Got 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in this one, and Pisgah has taken, I believe, their first lead of the night.
Right.
45-44, Tony.
And Coach Clemens is challenging his seniors. It looked like I saw him, he was very aggressive, whatever he was saying to all his seniors. So, and everyone on the floor is a senior, so he wants them to make sure that they man up and kind of, get control of this thing.
And we've got an offensive foul whistled, I believe, a moving screen on Franklin as they were setting up their offense. The 5th whistled on Franklin. They're slow to get the fouls up on the scoreboard here tonight. I believe it was on Watson. It was 42. Bailey Watts will pick up the offensive foul, his second. Pisgah with a basketball and a 1-point advantage. Dishing over to Stockton. Stockton lost control of it underneath the basket. Looked like he traveled with it, and here's the whistle.
3 seconds.
3-second violation on Pisgah. 5:28 to go in the fourth. 45-44. Pisgah with the advantage. Franklin a chance to regain the lead as Jay Vick brings it up across the timeline. He'll drift right side, find Tyler Harrell. Harrell free throw line, back out beyond the arc it goes Jay Vick. Vick now loses control, falls down. A lot of contact Gives it up to Tyler Harrell. Harrell splits a double team and gets fouled. That'll be the fourth whistled on Pisgah. And it will be Cameron Walker picking it up. His third foul. No shots here. Jay Bick to trigger underneath his own basket. Gets it up high to Doolittle between the circles. He'll dribble. 5:09 to go, fourth quarter. Jump back three. It wouldn't fall for Doolittle. Those have not been falling here.
No.
Late in the third quarter into the fourth quarter, Tony.
No, it hasn't. And they need something to go into the basket, getting fouled. Cameron Walker is a big guy, but just if they jump into him, they'll get a foul.
Dishing underneath. Now back out beyond the arc. It goes to Davis. Over to White. Three. Got it. Biggest lead of the night for Pisgah at 48-44. 4:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Jay Bick slowly brings it up for Franklin. Finds Bailey Watts, free throw line. Now he goes to the hole. Bailey, what a shot in traffic. Bailey got the bucket. 48-46, 2-point lead now for Pisgah with 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another timeout on the floor. We'll take one. Hang with us, fans, across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
You can buy a red one, a blue one, any shape, size, or price. On a lot, online, or even from a vending machine. What and how you buy has changed a lot, but one thing has never changed. You buy it from somebody, and the people make the difference. Upfront pricing, market-based trade-ins, service after the sale, and never ever any games or gimmicks. That's the Smoky Mountain way.
And these are the Smoky Mountain people. Smoky Mountain Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 556 Highlands Road in Franklin.
4:20 to go here in the fourth. Franklin now trails 48-46 if you just tuned away. Tuned back in. We've got a barn burner here at the Den. Timeout called by Coach Plemons to talk it over as Tanner Wyke has it.
And Coach Plemons has switched to man-to-man as well. So both teams are playing man-to-man.
Cameron Walker for three. It's off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Franklin. They're going to push up court. Tyler Harrell. Harrell spinning and shooting. In and out, no good. Tip up, no. Offensive board. Todd Chastain. No. Tip finally goes. Tie game, fans. 48 all. 3:47 to go, and the fans are now into it. Student section right below us. On their feet. Tanner White gets fouled up top. Are they going to whistle an offensive foul? They are.
A foul on Cameron Walker.
Cameron Walker away from the basketball is going to get the whistle and the foul. The personal three on him. He's going to take a seat. 3:39 to go. Actually, that's going to be his fourth, Tony. He's going to take a seat.
That's good.
Now, Coach Plemons is going to clean up some perspiration on the floor. Very ambidextrous coach.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, well, this one looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Tell your friends and neighbors. Tune in. 3:32 to go in the fourth. 48 all. Tyler Harrell with it, right side. Dribbling around, picks up his dribble, looks to pass, going to find Jay Bick. Now, Bick into the corner. Harrell, right side, jumper, baseline, in and out, no good. Rebound, Pisgah and Tanner Wyke. Maybe the smallest guy on the floor, but at least for Pisgah, but he is skying for those boards here. Tanner spins and shoots. Got the roll. What a move.
That was a great move right
what
there.
A shot. 50-48. Pisgah back out on top with 2:57 to go in the fourth quarter. Down court with it is Jay Bick. Bick hands off to Tyler Harrell. Harrell now looks to pass. Almost stolen away. Finds Cole Doolittle. Doolittle to Todd Chastain underneath. Chastain shot blocked, but a foul coming up on Pisgah. That'll send Todd to the line. Fifth on Pisgah. And that's going to be the third foul. It says 24 on the board, but there's not a 24 on my roster. Maybe 34.
It was 21, actually.
Is it 21?
It was 21.
Okay. It's kind of the, well, over there. Now I think they're going to decide who it was on. There's some discussion at the scorers table. Now they're going to say 21, yes. Put 24 up there, but there's not one on the floor. All right, Chastain, free throw shot. First one's good. Could tie it with the next one, 50-49. 2:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Chastain dribbles, shoots, got it. We're tied at 50. Devlin to trigger. Full court press for the Panthers. White secures it, then gets his pocket pick from behind. And then Bailey Watts, who picked up the errant ball on the court, is going to be fouled. Reach-in foul on Pisgah. That's going to send, no, that's just the 16th foul on Pisgah, so no shots here. Foul on White, his third. 2:34 to go, fourth quarter. Tied at 50. Vick slowly brings it up across the timeline. Swings it over into the corner. Tyler Harrell. Harrell back to Vick up top. Hands it off to Harrell. Now in the center jump circle. 2:14 fourth quarter with a moving clock. Back to Vick. Jay on the dribble, driving in. Splits a double team off the glass. Good. What a move by Jay Vick. Full court press for Coach Doug Clement. Inbounds it goes, and then immediately the timeout is going to be called by Pisgah. Minute 59 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and Franklin up by a deuce. We'll take a break as well. Hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Welcome back to the Panther Den as we've got a minute and 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Franklin up 52-50. Coach Casey Kruk of the Pisgah Black Bears wanted to talk it over after they got it inbounds there, Tony, and
right,
it's going to go back and forth. Could go down to the wire. What was Coach Kruk talking to his players about?
He wanted them to get the ball to. He wanted to sneak Cameron Walker back into the game. Really, that was the main reason of calling that timeout, and that's what he did.
And we've got a whistle, and I'm not exactly sure.
The clock never started.
2 seconds went off of it.
Yes.
The clock never started, so they had to reset here and go back to action. White up top for the Pisgah Black Bears. He drives in. Kicks it back out. Hunter Davis thought about a three, then going to dish to Walker. That right low block. He spins and shoots. Late whistle. And a foul coming up on Franklin. Fans didn't like it. Walker will be at the line. Foul on Todd Chastain, his second. 16th foul, by the way. First one's in the air. Rolls in good. Devin Dodgen will check in for Coach Casey Kruk and the Pisgah Black Bears. One more the charity stripe for Cameron Walker. And it's good. We're tied at 52. Minute 35 to go in the fourth quarter.
See if they get a good shot going to the basket.
Jay Bick gives it up. Tyler Harrell with it. Back to Bick. Minute 20 to go, fourth quarter. Jay lost control. It's going to be picked up by the Pisgah Black Bears. Dodge it. We'll give it up to Walker. Walker to the hole. Good. Pisgah's taken a 54-52 lead. Off to Tyler Harrell. Thought about a three. Finds Jay Bick up top. Bick wanted to hand it off to Doolittle. Finds Bailey Watts. Back it goes to Bick. Out to Cole Doolittle. Three. No. Rebound on the floor. It's going to be picked up Walker. 45, or make that 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Pisgah holds a 2-point lead at 54-52. Into the front court, Wyke. Backs it up, almost stepped on the end line. He's going to be double teamed. He splits it into the corner now, dodging, and we've got a whistle and what? A timeout called by Pisgah with 33 seconds left. They're up 54-53. We will take a break. Hang with us, fans, across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Welcome back, as we've got a barn burner, fans.
Yes.
54-52, Pisgah with a lead and the basketball out of the timeout. And when do you start fouling here for Coach Clemens?
Probably after, if he catches the ball. There you go.
That's exactly what happens. Jay Bick will foul. Hunter Davis is going to send Davis 17 foul. Davis 1-1. Davis at the free throw line for Pisgah. 31 seconds left as Dodgen checks back in for Coach Casey Kruk. If he hits both, it's a 4-point lead. 31 seconds left. First, no good. Rebound, Jay Bick. Clock hasn't started.
Start the clock. Start the clock.
Clock is stuck. There it goes. Jay Bick with a hold for the last shot. Trailing by 2. Bick gets triple teamed. Gives it up to Doolittle. Off to Harrell for 3. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound. Tie up. Possession arrow should be with the Franklin Panthers with 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Both teams in the bonus now.
All he needs is a 2-point shot.
Tyler Harrell looks to get it in. Does. Todd Chastain ties it up. 10 seconds left. Clock is stopped again because we've got a timeout on the floor. We're tied at 54, fans, with 11 seconds left in this one. It's a full timeout. We'll take one. Stay with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Seconds left. Todd at 54, and Tony, if you're Coach Clemens, you're telling your guys you got to play some good defense, right?
Yes, play good defense. Do not foul. Keep them in front of you. Keep them between, stay between the person and the basket, and hopefully they can take a tough shot. And if the opportunity presents itself, take the ball. If it's right in front of you, just take it.
Here we go. Full court press. Pisgah gets it into Wyke, of course. 10 seconds. Wyke into the front court. 8 seconds. Wyke spins and shoots. Loses control. Down court. Jay Bick. Tip up. No. That's it. Overtime. Here at the Panther Den. Wow. All right. 4 quarters couldn't decide this one.
Yes.
Overtime period coming up right after this 30-second break across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
4 minutes in the first overtime period. It seems at their respective benches, Franklin is out there. Pisgah now comes out. As we'll have another jump ball situation. Miles McClure will be jumping against Cameron Walker. Here we go. Out at 54. Waiting for the ball to be lifted in the air. There it is.
Miles.
And Miles tips it to one of his teammates. Still's perfect. And now we've got a traveling violation on Tyler Harrell. As he had it in the corner, I was blocked away. Couldn't see if he shuffled his feet. 3:53 to go in the fourth, or make that the first overtime period. Look on the scoreboard here at the gymnasium. It says 4 on our YouTube and Facebook live stream. It does say first overtime on the clock. Blake with it. Underneath, they're going to swing it now to Walker. Spinning and shooting, no. Rebound off to the Panthers. Jay Bick. Bick brings it up across that timeline and now looks over to his coach, Doug Clemens, calls out the offense. Swings it over to Doolittle. Now another offensive foul here. Going to go against Miles McClure. I believe it was a moving screen.
Yeah, it's a moving screen. He moved at the last second, and you have to stay still. And the person that's running off the screen has to just run off of it.
Pisgah with it. Now beyond the arc, Devlin. He drifts inside, then dishes one underneath. White knocked away. Another turnover for Pisgah. Jay Bick will slowly bring it up. 3 minutes remaining in the first overtime period. We're tied at 54, fans. Doolittle now. Into the corner. Tyler Harrell off to Jay Bick. Thought about a catch and shoot three. Finds Doolittle. Going to direct some traffic down to 2:44 to go in the fourth. Doolittle over to Bick. Left side. Now drifts right side. Underneath. Bick. Kicked it out beyond the arc. Tyler Harrell off to Todd Chastain underneath. Miles McClure off the glass. Good. And McClure gives the Panthers a 2-point lead. Wyke with it. Gonna get the foul as he went up to attempt a shot, then leaned into it. The shot was well off the mark, no good. But the body contact, 2 shots coming up. Foul on Tyler Harrell. Wyke at the charity stripe. First one, good. 56-55. Franklin by just a point. 2:17 to go in the first overtime period. Second shot, in and out, no good. And on the rebound,
Violation.
a lane violation on Franklin.
On Todd Chastain.
Todd Chastain in the lane. One more now because of the Franklin lane violation. Wyke dribbles, shoots, good. Todd at 56. 2:17 to go as the clock starts to roll in the first overtime period. Jay Bick brings it up. Center jump circle now. Finds Tyler Harrell. Harrell side to side with the dribble. 2:05 to go fourth quarter. Harrell will hand it off to Jay Bick. Bick now in the paint, lifting a nifty shot. Got the roll off the glass. 58-56, 2-point lead. Minute 47 to go in the first overtime period.
Great game.
Trenton Devlin, shot no good. Rebound Franklin. Minute 38 with a moving clock in the first overtime period. Panthers by a deuce, 58-56. I'm blocked out from what exactly happened from our vantage point. So we've got the student section.
It was a kickball.
Below us. I'll say that the ball was kicked out of bounds, so Franklin will retain possession. By the way, if there is a jump ball, the possession arrow is with Pisgah with a minute 30 to go in this first overtime period. 58-56. Franklin with the advantage. And the basketball, Jay Bick, free throw line, bounce pass out beyond the arc. Miles McClure, right wing three, in and out, no good. Boy, that one looked like it was online.
Looked like it was good.
Minute 15 to go. 58-56, Pisgah with the basketball and a timeout by Coach Casey Kruk and the Black Bears. 72 seconds left in overtime. It's a full timeout. We'll take one. Hang with us across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
You can buy a red one, a blue one, any shape, size, or price, on a lot, online, or even from a vending machine. What and how you buy has changed a lot, but one thing has never changed. You buy it from somebody, and the people make the difference. Upfront pricing, market-based trade-ins, service after the sale, and never ever any games or gimmicks. That's the Smoky Mountain way.
And these are the Smoky Mountain people. Smoky Mountain Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 556 Highlands Road in Franklin.
72 seconds left in the first overtime period. 58-56. Franklin on to defeat Pisgah. They did it here at the Den last year. Have to go over to the beautiful confines of the Bear Den in Canton, North Carolina, coming up in February. Some unfinished business here. 58-56.
Yes.
First overtime period, and out of the timeout, Pisgah will have the basketball first.
And what you're trying to do right here is make sure that White or Walker aren't the ones scoring the basketball. Anybody else except for them.
65 seconds left. White gave it up in the corner to Stockton. Underneath it goes to Walker, spinning and shooting. No, rebound. Bailey Watts. He quickly gives it up to Jay Bick, who's harassed in the backcourt. Into the front court it goes. Cole Doolittle. Doolittle lost control of it briefly, picked it back up. Dangerous pass, going to be intercepted by Trent Devlin. Off to the races, White. No, with a shot underneath. We got a whistle, and they'll say that on the baseline
he got pushed.
Was Tyler Harrell. He was being pushed as he secured that rebound off the block shot. Pisgah has it with 41.3 seconds left in the first overtime period, trailing by 2, 58-56. They'll trigger underneath their own basket.
Switch.
They get it into Wyke, and then it's quickly knocked out of his hands. Tyler Harrell stripped it away. They'll reset once again. 1 second went off the clock, down to 40 seconds left.
In a last-second play like this, you want to switch on the out-of-bounds plays on this right here, regardless of what's happening, because you don't want anybody to get a free layup.
Back to action. Davis with it. Gives it up. Wyke. Like he was given an elbow, no call. White to the hole, running shot, ties it at 58. 24 seconds left in the first overtime period. Jay Brick going to bring it up, and Doug Clemens calls a timeout. 15 seconds left in the first overtime period. We're tied at 58. Is this a 30 or a full? I believe it's going to be a full timeout. It will be. We'll take one. Back after this across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. It's as good as advertised when Franklin and Pisgah get together, at least on the boys' side. The girls' game was a rout, but this one has lived up to the billing. First overtime period, we're tied at 58. Franklin has the basketball out of a timeout. 15 seconds left. Chance to win the game.
First, get it in. That's the first step. Get it in.
Bailey Watts will trigger side court. He does get it in to Jay Bick, down to 14 seconds left. Down to 10 seconds. Bick up top, 8 seconds. Bick backs down, and another timeout with 5 seconds left. Coach Doug Clemens,
that's all he's trying to do,
is going to call timeout, and you've got an idea why he's doing this, Tony.
Yeah, what he did was the ball, when they first called the timeout, it was at half court. And then because he got it inside the 3-point line, now you take it out underneath the basket. And that's what he wanted. That's what Coach Flemings wanted. He wanted the last second to come from underneath the basket. So it was actually a very, very smart play. That's what he was asking the official during the beginning of that timeout when we didn't know what he was doing. That's what he was doing, asking how far do you have to get it down for it to be out underneath the basket.
5 seconds left in the first overtime period. High drama here at the Den. Let's see who is able to win this one, or we're going to go to a second overtime, which is a possibility with 5 seconds left. As you said, Tony, you got to get it in bounds first.
Get it in bounds first.
And then you start to run whatever set that you got.
Right. But actually, it looks like they're probably going to try to score on this out-of-bounds play, just like they did previously with Ty Chastain.
Here we go. Panthers to get it inbounds. Up high, it goes to Harrell. Harrell with 4 seconds left. Gives it up to Jay Bick, who falls down. Heaves one, no. Fans were headed to a second overtime period. Tied at 58. Back after this across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. Well, we got 4 more minutes to decide this one.
4 more minutes.
Second overtime about to begin. And if you're a coach, Tony, heading into a second overtime period, you pretty much know what the other team is going to do at this point in time. Does attrition and your legs play a factor now?
Oh, yes. And right now, but actually in this part of the season, everyone should be in good enough shape to where it really doesn't, but it does. There'll be, if you notice, there'll be less jump shots taken and more things going to the hole.
Miles McClure, opportunity to continue that streak. Ball's in the air.
That was stolen.
And we've got a whistle.
He stole the jump.
And he stole the jump, meaning that Miles did not lose that tip.
Yes, Miles won that one too.
Officially in the book, Franklin will have the basketball. And the student section letting Pisgah know you can't do that. Now we've got more discussion going on between the officials. The one in the end zone and the one at the scores table will talk.
Oh no, he better not do what I think he's trying to do. I think he's trying to make it another jump ball. That's what the official, I think he's trying to make it another jump ball. When it isn't, the rule states if you steal like that, it's automatic. It's not a jump ball. It's it goes to the people that didn't steal it.
I'm going to come over to the scores table now with the official and talk to your wife, Tony.
She's an official as well, so that's a.
They're still, discussing things. Now Coach Flemings is involved with it. Coach Casey Kruk for Pisgah now is going to talk it over with one of the officials.
Coach Kruk was actually the main one lobbying for another jump ball, which actually isn't how this works. if your team steals the ball, the opposing team takes it out, and then the arrow gets turned over to Pisgah, so they'll get the next one.
They've talked it out, and you are correct. Franklin has the basketball. We're underway here in the second overtime period. The clock now starts to roll. 58 all. Jay Bick with it up top. Bick side to side with the dribble. Now picks up his dribble. Gonna have to find a teammate. Finds Tyler Harrell. Over he goes now. Doolittle top of the key. Doolittle spins. Finds Jay. A little more deliberate offensively now for Franklin. As Tyler Harrell just going to hang out in the corner now and dribble out with 3:32 to go in the fourth quarter. And we are tied at 58. Jay Bick just going to dribble center jump circle. Nobody's going to guard him. James and clock here down to 3:20 to go in the second overtime period. Tied at 58 at the Den tonight. And Jay just going to continue to dribble and drain clock.
Yes.
Nobody's coming up to guard him, so can drain more clock down to 3 minutes exactly to go. The second overtime period. Now he's going to attack. Jay double team, far side, then lifts the pass over to Todd Chastain. Chastain to Miles McClure off the glass. Good. Nice pass. Miles McClure with a bucket, 60-58 in the paint. Walker looked like he traveled with it. He did. Lost control of it briefly. The fans really into it. Packed house here. Nobody's left. Looks like more fans have made their way in here. We've got a bunch of kids over across from where we're located. 2:38, 60-58, second overtime here at the Den. Franklin with a 2-point advantage over Pisgah, who just joined us. Jay Bick gives it up. Harrell backs it out, double team, then lifts the pass. It's knocked away off to Devlin. And Wyke with a give and go off the glass. Wyke ties it at 60.
So Pisgah, when we do the dribble weave right there, the dribble weave, dribble handoff, Pisgah is actually doing a run and jump. So what they're doing is they're trapping and rotating everyone else on the floor.
Cole Doolittle with it. Knocked in the air, and a foul as Pisgah had knocked it away from Cole Doolittle. They're going to whistle a foul on Doolittle, trailing the Pisgah defender. And that will be the 10th team foul. Double bonus now for Pisgah. Devin Dodgen will be at the line. 2 minutes exactly to go. Tied at 60. First shot. Good. Pisgah up 61-60.
And he is one of the people that you want to foul because he's not that confident at the free throw line.
Second shot. No good. Rebound, Miles McClure. 61-60, 1-point advantage for Pisgah as Jay Bick brings it up. Jay on the dribble. Drives in, kicks it out. Doolittle thought about a three. Over to Harrell into the corner now. Miles McClure, right side. Finds Jay Bick between the leg dribble. Direct traffic now. Minute 44 to go, fourth quarter. In the second overtime, rather. Bick, trouble in the corner. Gets his pocket picked. Then Miles McClure gets it back, and then he steps on the end line.
A lot of fouling, a lot of contact right there.
You're right, Tony. A lot of contact. 61-60, minute 30 in the second overtime period. 1-point advantage for Pisgah. Hunter Davis with it. Wilfon Wyke up top, guarded by Tyler Harrell. He'll give it up to Devlin. Back it goes to Wyke, minute 20 to go. They can drain clock now with a 1-point lead. Wyke drives towards the free throw line, then backs it back out. 69 seconds left in the fourth. Wyke drives in. Shot blocks. And a whistle and a foul on Todd Chastain. That'll be his third. Shots for Wyke, and he is a great free throw shooter. He'll be at the line to shoot 2 shots. Third on Todd. 62 seconds left. 61-60 Pisgah. First shot. Good. 2-point lead now. 62-60. Could make it a 3-point advantage if he could hit this one. Missed it. McClure skies for the rebound, then goes down a jump ball. And the possession arrow is going to go with Pisgah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That actually should have been a foul. That should have been a foul, and we should be shooting free throws on the other end.
Pisgah retains possession, up by 2 points. 60 seconds left, up high with it. Trent Devlin. Over it goes to Wyke.
Wow.
Wyke. Up top, still dribbling around. Nobody's fouling him. 46 seconds left.
Don't foul him.
Now we've got a whistle and a foul. That's going to send Wyke to the line. And Tony, you said don't foul him. That's not who you want on the free throw line, but I don't think there was any choice at that point. You're down to 43 seconds.
Yeah, earlier when number 21, when he had the ball, foul him, foul Walker, foul someone else beside him.
White, first shot, good. 3-point lead now with 43 seconds left for Pisgah. One more at the charity stripe. The second shot is up, and it is good. 4-point lead, Pisgah. 2-possession ball game. Tyler Harrell drives in, kicks it out. McClure over to Cole Doolittle. Doolittle spins, drives in, finds Tyler, make that Todd Chastain. Chastain will get fouled as he tiptoed that baseline. That'll send Todd Chastain to the line. Try to cut this lead to just 2. 17 foul on Pisgah. Whistle that one on Wyke, his 4th. Second overtime frame. First shot up and good.
Good job.
Chastain will get one more.
See if they can get this press and possibly get a steal right here.
33 seconds left in the second overtime frame. Jordan Stockton checks in for Coach Casey Crook as Dodgen takes a seat. Second shot by Chastain. Rolls off, no good. Rebound on the floor. Rolls out of bounds off of Franklin. 30 seconds left now. You got a foul.
Yes.
64-61, 3-point lead for Pisgah.
Try to get this steal.
If you just joined us, Franklin has
Get up, Ty.
led for a good portion of the regulation time frame.
5 seconds.
We've got a whistle and a timeout, it appears, on the floor called by Pisgah. That's going to be a full one. 30 seconds left in this one, at least in the second overtime frame. We'll be back right after this. Hang with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network. We've got 30 seconds left in the second overtime frame. Still in a timeout as Coach Casey Crook still talking to his players. Now he's done. The horn sounds. Pisgah will come back onto the floor here. The Coach Tom Raby basketball court. Pisgah has to get it inbounds here, Tony, and you've got to immediately foul somebody.
I tell you what, if right now, if Cole Doolittle's man, Jordan Stockton, that's who I'd let get the ball and then foul him, foul someone.
And it goes, and finally Ty is going to foul, and that'll be his 5th. He's going to foul Walker. Cameron Walker will be at the line shooting 2. That's going to be his 4th, evidently. I thought it was his 5th. So Ty does not foul out. It's just his 4th. Shots for Walker. The charity stripe. 64-61, 3-point lead. He can make it a 2-possession ball game with this one. And he does. Dodgen checks back into the game for Pisgah with 26 seconds left in the second overtime. Misses the second. 65-61. 4-point lead. 2-possession game to the hole. Jay Bick off the glass. Good. Timeout. Doug Clemens. 19 seconds left in the second overtime frame. 65-63. Another full timeout on the floor. And we'll take one. Hang with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Two overtime, still has not decided this one. Franklin now trails 65-63, 2-point lead for Pisgah. And Coach Doug Clemens called a timeout after that layup by Jay Bick, and now you've got to foul.
Yes.
Hope some missed free throws will go your way, and then you can maybe hit a three, Tony, get a 2-point basket like we just saw.
Right, and that's the plan right there. Just try to extend the game as long as you can with how you're doing the fouling like this.
Pisgah to trigger underneath the Panther basket and get it in to Wyke, of course. Wyke now going to be fouled. And that's who they wanted to get it to. It's their best free throw shooter. 4th foul on Bick. It's going to send Wyke to the line. Shooting 2. 17 seconds left in the second overtime frame. Wyke has missed on the strike. And he did with the first.
Get that ball up. Get that ball up and get a good shot. If he misses this one, just get it and go to the basket.
Devin Dodgen checks in. Second one. No good. Rebound. Up court. Tyler Harrell, 14 seconds left. Franklin trails by 2. Now Jay Bick down to 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Jay Bick over to Cole Doolittle. At the buzzer, 3, in and out, no good. That'll do it. Double overtime thriller goes to the hands of the Pisgah Black Bears. And a mob scene on the court. Casey Kruk is about to lose it, like he had won the national championship. Some sheriff's deputies are going out to make sure that everybody is peaceful with this one. Double overtime final, 65-63. Pisgah breaks the hearts of the Franklin Panthers tonight. We'll wrap it up next. Hang with us across the Franklin Panther Sports Network.
WNC Sports Zone is your official headquarters for everything Franklin Panthers. From pullovers to shirts and hats, you'll find it all at Sports Zone. From college to the pros, they've got a large selection of hoodies and sweatshirts at Sports Zone. And they can handle all of your screen printing, engraving, and embroidery. The WNC Sports Zone, located in the Franklin Plaza Shopping Center. Open 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
Franklin loses in a double overtime thriller, 65-63, to the hands of the Pisgah Black Bears. In a game, Tony, that tell you,
tale of two halves.
There was a lot of positives
yes.
in that first half, but it just seemed like that spark that we saw the Panthers have in that first half was not there late third quarter into the fourth quarter, and Pisgah had that.
Yes, and it was all because of Walker and Wyke. They took it upon themselves to take the game over and do exactly what Coach Crook wanted them to do. He wanted them to play hard, and that's what playing hard does for a team. It ignites the whole team. And White and Walker both played hard in that second half and in overtime to seal the victory.
And Tony, you've got some post-game stats for us, and then we'll name player of the game.
Tyler Harrell, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, 2 steals. Cole Doolittle, 6 points, 1 assist. John Tassiter, 1 rebound. Kobe Manning, 1 steal. Jay Bick, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals. Ty Chastain, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Bailey Watts, 2 points, 2 rebounds. And Miles McClure, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks.
All right, let's name player of the game. And I tell you, there was a lot of honorable mention to go around.
Right.
Didn't come out with the victory, Tony, tonight, but there was some stellar play by some Panthers.
Yes, there was stellar play by Tyler Harrell in that first half. Jay Bick in the second half, and Miles McClure kind of in the overtime. It was a mixture, and Ty Chastain. So those 4 players, they all stepped up at certain times. If they were able to do it at the same time, we'd be talking about a Panther victory right now.
Who do you think player of the game?
Probably Jay Bick. Jay Bick, he was all over the place. He as normal, he played his normal defense. Those steals that he got in that first half, that's what sparked the Panthers to take that early victory in the first half.
All right, so congratulations to Jay Bick, tonight's player of the game. All right, that is going to wrap things up for our coverage of Franklin Panther basketball. We'll be back on the air coming up next Friday. In fact, it's a week from today. The Panthers will be in action next week with some non-conference games we won't have on WFSC or on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Next conference game against the Smoky Mountain Mustangs here at the Den. Should be another raucous atmosphere, another rival comes to the Den. We'll have it here on WFSC. Sean Gibson and Dustin Short will have the call of that one, and we'll be on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, the Franklin Panther Sports Network Facebook, and the Franklin Panther Sports Network YouTube page. For all involved, for John Dunham back on controls at WFSC, and for Ben Walker here switching things for the television side, and Tony Christie. I'm George Young. Till next time, so long, everybody.